Rentaro is a charming middle school student who has gathered up the courage to confess his feelings to a girl in his class. She replies that she also likes him a lot because he is handsome, sincere, and kind, and our boy thinks he is finally going to graduate from being a lifelong single loser. However, the girl says that no matter how nice he is, the idea of dating him disgusts her and wants to make her puke. This line breaks Ren's heart, but not more than the fact that this is his 100th rejection to date. After losing all hope, Ren goes to the shrine of the god of love to pray. Then, the most impossible thing in the world happens and God pops out from the donation box to answer him. Ren freaks out, thinking that he is a thief. But then the god comes out in his full glory and goofy-ass hairstyle. He tells Ren not to worry about his future because he will find his soulmate in high school. He explains that everyone's soulmate is chosen at birth, and the moment they meet, a current runs through their body, and they fall head over heels for each other. Some poor losers don't even have a soulmate, but Ren here is different because he is going to have a total of 100 soulmates that he meets in high school. Ren can't stop dreaming as soon as he hears this from God, but he threatens to burn the shrine down if this prophecy doesn't come true. Fast forward 1 month later, Ren takes admission into Mitsu High School. As he is trying to find his classroom, he bumps into 2 girls, and the moment their eyes meet, all of them feel a shock running through their bodies. Ren stares at the 2 shawties and wonders if they are his soulmates, and the girls begin to feel strangely attracted to him. Ren decides not to ogle them because they will think he is just a creep. So he gets up and offers his hand to them like a gentleman. The pink-haired girl Hakari suddenly starts acting like she twisted her ankle because she has seen a lot of FIFA lately. She asks Ren to help her to reach the nurse's office, and he straight up starts crying because he hurt his soulmate as soon as they met. That melts Hakari's heart, and she starts falling for Ren. But this makes her friend Kara jealous. So she throws a tsundere tantrum and tells Ren that she also has a sprained ankle, but it's not like she is asking him to carry her. On hearing that he hurt both the girls, Ren starts punching himself like Tyler Durden, and the girls are so shocked that they stand up. However, as soon as Ren's attention is back on them, they fall to the ground and tell him to carry them to the nurse's office. The girls start fighting with each other over rights to cling to Ren, and he feels like he is the luckiest guy in the whole universe. He then starts making introductions with them when 2 girls pass them by, talking about a school legend that if you find a 4-leafed clover and propose to someone with it, they will definitely say yes. As soon as they hear this, Hakari and Kara run away to find the 4-leaf clover, and Ren is left confused. Later that evening, Ren is thinking about the girls when he sees them looking for the clover in the garden. He wonders if they have been searching for it the entire day and immediately runs to their location, where he finds that tsundere Kara by herself. He offers her a soda, saying that she must be really tired looking for the clover, but she tells him that it is none of his business. She then thanks him for the soda and then explodes from embarrassment before running away. Ren is now sure that she is a tsundere, and just then Hakari returns from the bathroom. Ren gives her the soda he bought for her, and the cunning Hakari tells him that she can't finish the entire can herself, so he should help her, because that counts as an indirect kiss. He drinks some of it, and then Hakari gets the can, but she starts pouring it all out and then accidentally drops it, causing her to go mad with grief. Ren offers her his handkerchief to clean up, but Hakari grabs his hand instead, confessing her sudden and intense feelings for her. Ren starts crying tears of joy, but just as he is about to accept her confession, Kara returns with a bunch of soda cans, and she throws them all as she sees Ren holding Hakari's hands. She tells him that she wanted to repay him but didn't know which flavor he liked, and then immediately confronts Hakari about getting the jump on her. She panics as she realizes that Ren heard that, and it is too late to pretend that she doesn't like him. She tells him that she can let him be her boyfriend if he is desperate, but then stops acting like a tsundere and sincerely confesses to him. Ren can't believe that this is really happening, and he doesn't know which of the girls to choose. He takes that confusion to the god of love, who says that he obviously can't choose one of the girls because they are both his soulmates and his perfect romantic partners. Ren asks him how other people with multiple soulmates handle such issues, and the god nervously replies that other people only have one soulmate. It turns out that the day Ren was born, the god was watching TV for the first time, and he was so thrilled that he accidentally put a 100 on the number of soulmates column in Ren's form. Ren curses the god for ruining his life, but that's not the worst part. The god explains that having a soulmate consumes all the luck in a person's life, and if they can't keep the soulmate, they meet all sorts of misfortunes and die. Ren realizes that the girl he doesn't choose will die, and that will continue to happen for all his other 99 soulmates. He doesn't know what to do, but as he is returning home, he comes up with a brilliant plan to date both girls in secret so they can both live. The next day, he finds both girls waiting for an answer, but they are shocked to see him all tattered up. He tells them not to worry about him and then asks both of them to become his girlfriend. Kara asks him if he is serious right now, and Ren replies that he is. Last night, as he was thinking about dating them both in secret, he suddenly punched himself because he realized that this way he would only be hurting the girls. He couldn't do that to them, and that's why he decided to double time them with mutual consent. He promises that he will never hurt them and do his best to make them the happiest girls on earth. But Kara is not having any of that. Suddenly, Ren pulls out 2 4-leaved clovers to give to them and tells them how he asked the teacher to let him in at night. Kara yells at him, saying that it is just a dumb superstition and they aren't going to say yes to him just because he found the clovers. However, Ren replies that he knew they were trying to find them and he just wanted to return the gesture. Both the girls fall flat on hearing this, and Hikari accepts Ren's proposal to double time them. She tells Kara that if the choice is between being rejected by Ren and being double timed, she will choose the second option. She clings to his arm, and Kara decides to do the same before she gets left out. Both the girls hug him and tell him that they accept being his girlfriend, and Ren feels that this is the happiest day of his life. The next morning, Ren tells a telephone pole that he has got a girlfriend because his friend's circle is equal to his body count. Just then, his 2 girlfriends arrive there, and Kara asks him if he is crazy to talk to a pole. Ren replies that he is just happy to get a girlfriend and didn't have anyone else to talk with, and she turns away, saying that she wouldn't want to talk to him either. Meanwhile, Hikari seizes her chance and grabs Ren's hand, and both of them shudder because this is their first time holding hands with someone of the opposite gender. This makes Kara really jealous, but luckily for her, Ren grabs her hand. The 3 of them walk to school like that, and everyone around them is taken aback by the strong aura of love they are emitting. Once they reach school, they see a student being chased after the vice principal, and the girls tell Ren that the boy is done for because their strict vice principal was a former Olympian and no one outruns her. She catches the boy, pins him to the ground, and then absolutely violates him with techniques that Epstein himself taught her, while Ren is disgusted at seeing the poor boy suffer at the hands of the old hag. Hikari asks him if he has ever kissed before. He shyly responds that he hasn't, and both the girls are fired up to steal his first kiss. During lunch break, they go to the terrace to eat, and Hikari feeds the food she cooked to Ren. Kara gets jealous seeing this, so she takes out the cookies she baked for him. However, she closes her eyes while trying to feed him and almost blinds him with a cookie. Ren says that the cookie is also the best in the galaxy, and then Hikari moves on with her master plan. She takes out Pocky sticks to feed Ren, but holds the stick in her mouth, and he is almost about to kiss her when Kara tries to ape Hikari, but ends up poking Ren's second eye as well. Because of that, Ren breaks the stick in half. And then Kara says that he must have a fever because his eyes are red. She says that a girlfriend's kiss can heal all sorts of fevers and moves ahead to kiss him. But Hikari slaps her away with her big bazookas, and the 2 girls start fighting over who gets to kiss Ren first. He tells them that they can just ask instead of playing these games because he wants to kiss them too. But the girls tell him that both of them want to be his first kiss and only one can get that honor. Luckily, Ren has already gone through hundreds of imaginary scenarios about how to please his girls, and he has a solution for that. It includes a pair of dice, a blindfold, and a music player, and Ren explains a weird game about how they all will be blindfolded and no one will know whom he kissed first, so both of them can claim his first kiss. While Hikari thinks that this is a Batman-level plan that Ren came up with a night of prep time, Kara says that they can easily cheat. Ren's solution to that is to pinky promise that none of them will cheat. With that, the game begins, and Ren starts walking towards his first target. However, things don't work out as things keep happening. Sometimes he ends up touching Hikari's big milkers that give her away, and other times a cat starts playing with Kara's kitty, forcing her to attack Ren. Ren decides to restart the game again, but after numerous disastrous failures, he gives up. Hikari says that Ren's plan is perfect, and the fault lies with Kara because she was beating him the entire time. They start fighting over Ren again, but he takes the entire blame on himself because he is an inexperienced boyfriend who turned kissing into Squid Games. He calls out to the strict vice principal, who spots him running in the corridor and immediately chases after him. She pins Ren to the floor and is about to lubricate his food pipe with her tongue when Kara comes from behind and puts her in a camel choke. At the same time, Hikari shouts that an inspector from the education department is here to catch the perverted teacher. The vice principal scares Kara and then runs away like a spider to protect her job. The girls then catch up to Ren and ask what the hell he was doing. Ren says that he doesn't want to hurt his girlfriends, and if they are going to fight over his first kiss, he might as well throw it in trash. The girls get furious on hearing this and tell Ren that they would rather have him kiss the other girl instead of getting violated by the vice principal. Ren is so happy on hearing that he hugs both of them and takes them back to the rooftop to execute Plan B. He says that they will kiss at the same time to make sure everyone shares the first kiss. Kara is not really thrilled about having a three-way so early on, but Ren grabs her hand and then Hakari's, so the three of them share their first kiss. The next day, they visit the library, and the girls start looking for cookbooks so that they can become proper wife material. While they start fighting over books, Ren leaves to find a book for himself, but another person reaches for it at the same time. Ren turns around to see a cute loli trying to get the book, and the moment their eyes meet, he feels the soulmate shock again. The loli starts blushing hard on seeing Ren without realizing that he is her soulmate. She shies away and tells him to take the book, but he tells her that it is alright. He asks her who she is, and she opens a book and points at a line, saying that she is the ruler of this country. Ren is confused at first, but then finds out that she is a librarian. Ren realizes that she is a strict librarian who doesn't want anyone talking, so he decides to play dumb charades with her. However, she tells him that she is not speaking because she is socially anxious. She decides to call someone else to help him, but Ren stops her and says that he needs her help in finding the right book. He says that his favorite genre is romance with a happy ending, and the lowly librarian immediately gets to work. She gathers 2 big stacks of books for Ren, and he is overwhelmed on seeing them, but he respects the hard work she has put into this, so he decides to borrow them all. He goes to the front desk to borrow them, but the clerk tells him that he needs to wait for a week before his library card is issued. Ren feels defeated, and Shizuka doesn't like seeing him like that, so she gives him her book instead. Ren thanks her and then returns to his 2 girlfriends who are trying to find new recipes to please him. At night, Ren reads Shizuka's book, which is about a princess and her loyal knight who defeats a mega-evolved Charizard for her, and then they fall in love. However, the princess is forcefully engaged to a neighboring prince, and that's where the first part of the story ends. Ren gets emotional as he finishes the book, but that reminds him of his own fate and how his soulmates will die if he rejects them. The next day, Shizuka keeps thinking about Ren in the class, and she has brought the sequel of the book for him. She is startled when he calls out to her and then gives him the sequel book. Ren thanks her and decides to thank her by buying her a soda while his girlfriends fight about recipes. Meanwhile, Ren and Shizuka have a chat by the park. He praises her choice of books, and she points at the book to convey that she has been reading a lot since her childhood. Ren is impressed that she remembers every line of the book, but Shizuka doesn't feel she deserves that because everyone else hates her for being a crazy bookworm who doesn't even speak. Ren suddenly gets an idea, and he asks to borrow the first book again. Shizuka gladly lets him have the book and keeps thinking about him all the time. However, when she doesn't see Ren for the next few days, she goes out looking for him and her book. She finds him having a fun time with his girlfriends, and that breaks her innocent heart. In the evening, as she is sitting in the classroom by herself, Ren comes to thank her for lending him the book. He then asks her to download an app and sends her a PDF, which turns out to be the ebook version of her book, and the app can convert text to voice by selecting passages of the book. He tells her that this way, she can speak to the person in front of her. Shizuka is moved on realizing that he typed the entire thing in the app by hand, and Ren says that he wanted to help her communicate better while not pushing her too hard. He asks her to say something, and the first thing Shizuka says is, "I love you." However, she makes it clear that she is not expecting anything in return because she knows Ren has a baddie with him already. Shizuka starts crying as she says this, and Ren can't help himself. He grabs her by the shoulders and says he loves her too, and it doesn't matter that he already has 2 girlfriends. He tells her that he is her knight, and together they will fight the fate that keeps them separate. Shizuka is completely in love with him now, but the bigger challenge is convincing Kara and Hakari. Ren tells them the entire story and asks them to let Shizuka join his harem. Kara lashes out at him, asking if his brain has rotted away, but Hakari is emotional because Ren didn't dump them even after getting a new girlfriend. Ren says that his feelings for them haven't changed, and he is going to work his best to give all 3 of them the love and care they deserve. After that, Ren properly introduces his girls to each other and tells them that Shizuka is a shy librarian who can only talk through books. She twitches and moves her toes according to her mood when she reads books, and he finds it cute like a puppy's tail. Shizuka is rattled because she hadn't noticed that about herself. And then Ren says that Hakari is also cute because she chomps on her finger when she is thinking. Ren says that he finds it really hot as well as cute, and then adds that when Kara tries to brush off a compliment, she twirls her hair around her finger. which is completely opposite of her personality. The girls are overwhelmed on seeing how deeply Ren notices their habits. Meanwhile, he continues talking about how they react during kissing. And that statement makes Shizuka lose her cool. She asks Ren if he has really kissed the girls, and he affirms. Hikari asks if she is also interested in kissing their boyfriend, and Shizuka blushes as she says that she plans to do those things only after marriage. Ren tells her that it is fine because he wants to kiss her when she is ready, while his first two girlfriends think that they should kiss right now. Anyway, they start eating lunch after that, and Harami and Kara compete about feeding Ren. Shizuka quietly eats her lunch while watching them, and later, the two girls start fighting over Ren. Shizuka can only watch them awkwardly, and Ren realizes that she needs to get used to things around here before opening up. However, he has plans for that, and those plans include a deck of cards and a penalty system where the loser gets tickled by the winner, because that will help them break the ice. However, the girls realize that if they lose, Ren will tickle them, and they can't miss this chance. Soon, they start playing Old Maid, and Ren wins the first round while Kara loses on purpose. As Ren starts tickling her, she falls on the ground and looks like he tickled her insides instead. In the next round, Hikari loses and gets to feel Ren's manly fingers tickling her. Shizuka loses the third one, and Ren gets excited to hear her laugh. However, Shizuka only laughs through the texts, but he decides to continue because she looks adorable. Meanwhile, Kara and Hikari decide it is their turn to have fun by tickling Ren, but the winner of the next round is Shizuka. She only pokes Ren in the name of tickling, and Hikari realizes that Shizuka is so shy that she is not misusing the chance to touch her boyfriend everywhere. She thinks that this makes Shizuka cuter than a poser like her and a much more dangerous rival than Kara. After a while, Ren takes a bathroom break, and Kara immediately confronts Shizuka, asking if she is holding back her naughty desires because they are watching her. She tells her to stop holding back and take full advantage of being Ren's girlfriend. Shizuka decides to come clean and says that she is holding back because she doesn't want Ren to compare her with Hikari and Kara, who are both more outgoing and passionate than her. The girls are smitten by her honesty and cuteness, and they tell her to stop worrying because Ren loves them all equally and he won't compare them. The girls start getting along with that, and that was Ren's plan all along. He could see Kara's anger earlier, and his first instinct was to stop the fight from happening, but then he decided to step away so that the girls could be honest with each other, which is the most important part of getting close to each other. He returns to the rooftop with that, and Kara immediately tells him that they are redoing the last penalty because poking doesn't count as tickling. Even Hikari supports Shizuka, who works up the courage to be honest about her feelings, and tells Ren that she wants to kiss him. That was more honesty than anyone was expecting. But Ren tells Shizuka he will do what she wants. She moves ahead to kiss him, but he instinctively gives her a head pat because she is so cute. However, Shizuka pulls his hand down and then the two of them kiss each other. Shizuka freezes because of a romance overdose, and Hikari approaches Ren to kiss her next. Once Ren is done kissing her, he turns towards Kara, who acts like she is doing him a favor. Ren first hugs her because she is too cute and then kisses her like the rest of his girlfriends. A few days later, it is the time for exam results, and Ren's girlfriends wait for him while he goes back to retrieve his smartphone from the classroom. There, he finds a girl named Nano and asks if she is not going to check her score. Nano confidently tells him that it is pointless because she knows she is the one at the top. But as she turns around to look him in the eye and assert dominance, both of them feel a shock running through their body. Ren realizes that she is also his soulmate and asks her if she wants to check the result together. Nano turns him down again, saying that it is a waste of time, and Ren leaves her alone. Once he checks the results, he pats the heads of the girls for doing well on the exam, and then checks who is the topper. He is shocked to see that Nano has gotten full marks in all subjects, and he asks his girls if they know anything about her. They tell him that Nano is distant and cold because she focuses on efficiency over anything else, and that's why everyone thinks she is AI. Anyway, they return to the classroom, and for a biology lab class, Ren gets paired with Nano, who is calm and elegant. He decides to start the conversation by talking about the experiment to see onion cells under a microscope. But to his shock, Nano is copying the diagram from the book because that's the most efficient method according to her. She tells Ren that it is pointless to do what the scientists have already proved, and even when he convinces her to use the microscope, she uses it to see the diagram in the book. Ren realizes that this girl is called AI because of how dumb she is while trying to sound logical. Anyway, he decides to do the experiment himself, but ends up nicking his finger. He tells Nano that he will visit the nurse's office, but she has a more efficient method of stopping the bleeding. She suddenly starts sucking Ren's finger while saying that saliva contains antimicrobial compounds. Ren freaks out, but he slowly starts enjoying the feeling and wishes that he had cut something else instead of his finger. Later, he thanks her for helping him earlier, and Nano tells him that she just chose the most efficient manner. He offers to buy a soda to thank her and get to know her better, but she turns him down because soda is not efficient for hydrating her body, and she doesn't want to waste time doing things that don't improve her future. Ren strongly disagrees and says that having fun makes life meaningful, but Nano leaves him stunned with some capitalistic logic that he is too dumb to process. However, now he wonders if someone like Nano is really his soulmate. Later that night, as Nano is studying, she keeps thinking about how outrageously she started sucking Ren's finger. She wonders why she did it and stresses over it. So to get back her focus, she starts writing down the value of pi to the last decimal place known to mankind. However, when even that doesn't help, she realizes she needs to do something more drastic. So the next morning, she calls Ren to meet her and tells him that she is in love with him and wants to become his girlfriend because his thoughts keep distracting her. Ren gladly accepts the proposal, but then Nano refuses him because she wants to end their love and continue her efficient life. She tells Ren that love between teenagers is useless, so he should forget about her, but he refuses, saying that she can't break his heart because he has endured 100 rejections. He asks her to go on a date with him, and if he can't win her over, he won't bother her again. Soon, they go on the date, and Ren is excited because this is his first ever date. He starts swooning as he sees Nano in casual clothes and tries his best to make her have a fun time. However, she keeps complaining about everything from silly rides to instant cameras and haunted houses. However, when Ren takes her on a Ferris wheel, she starts trembling because she is afraid of heights. Ren asks if he can sit next to her, and Nano agrees. She grabs his sleeve with her trembling fingers and then ends up holding his hand, and Ren is unable to process what she is thinking. At the end of the date, he asks if she had fun, and she affirms but tells him that doesn't mean she will date him. She says that this was a meaningless day because she didn't gain anything valuable, and Ren decides to play along. He says he will burn all the memories of this meaningless day. But as Nano sees him burning the pictures, she remembers their date and snatches the pictures away. That was what Ren was aiming for, and he tells Nano that she gained something valuable today that she can't measure in terms of usefulness. Nano starts crying on hearing this, and after Ren helps her calm down, she asks him to become his boyfriend for real. She says that she wants to find out valuable things that she has missed in her life and spend a fun time with him. Ren gladly accepts the new relationship, but then Nano grabs his hand and pulls him in for a kiss, because that's the most efficient way to progress their relationship. The next day, Ren introduces Nano to his harem and asks for their permission to add her into the group chat. But the girls are more interested in the theme park date because they wanted something like that too. Ren tells them that they should go out together the next week and asks if anyone has any ideas, and Hakari was waiting for this chance. She tells Ren about a new theme park with a pool that opened up recently and asks if he wants to go there. Soon after that, the girls go for swimsuit shopping, and Kara is pissed because she doesn't think she looks cute in swimsuits. However, she soon finds a cute white swimsuit and decides to buy it in case Ren likes it. Soon, the day of the group date comes, and Ren feels like he is in heaven after seeing his girls in swimsuits. Shizuka apologizes because she only wore the school-issued swimsuit, but Ren praises her for her decency. Just then, Kara comes out while wearing a changing robe, claiming that she is not feeling well. Nano tells her to rest on the benches to feel better, and Shizuka offers to give her company. But Kara pats her head and assures her that she will be alright. She walks away with that, and everyone else starts playing in the water. Shizuka starts spinning in her float tube because of the current, and while Hakari and Nano make their moves on Ren and knock him out cold, she floats far away from her group. She tries to stop and reach them, but she can't stop spinning no matter how much she kicks water with her tiny feet. She tries asking people for help, but no one can listen to her, and in the end, she collides against the wall that rips a hole in her floater, and she has to climb out before she sinks. At the same time, Hakari and Nano are panicking because after numerous attempts to give oxygen to Ren, he is not waking up. Nano suggests that they should call a lifeguard, and Hakari agrees, specifying that they need a male lifeguard. They run to find a lifeguard, but instead find a bunch of pervs who ask them to have fun with them. The girls ignore them and run around, but one of the creeps can't control himself and tries to touch Hakari. Luckily, Nano stops him and pokes his eyes to knock him out efficiently. His buddies get mad at this and decide to teach the girls a lesson, and Nano realizes that this is going to take a lot of time, so she volunteers to accompany the boys while Hakari finds the lifeguard. Hakari asks her why she is taking such a risk, and Nano replies that Ren will be more hurt if something happens to Hakari since they have been dating for longer. However, Hakari refuses to accept that and tells the creeps that no one wants to waste their time looking at their ugly faces. This infuriates the creeps and they try to attack them. But just then, Ren arrives there to take the blow and save them. He tells the pervs to stay away from his girlfriends and says that they can have all the fun they want with him as payback for Nano blinding their friend. The perverts tell him that they don't swing the way and tell him to take his girlfriend and leave. Ren tells them that both of them are his girlfriends, and the creep asks him to kiss them both to prove that's true. Ren doesn't want to play along, but his girls just need an excuse to kiss him. Once they are both done, the creeps freak out and say they don't want to do anything with such freaky hoes and run away. Just then, Kara comes there running and explains that a few seconds later, she saw them picking a fight with the creeps, so she looked around to see what Ren was doing. She found him on death's door and told him to wake up because his girlfriends were in danger. And that was all he needed to come back to his senses. Ren then thanks Nano for saving Hakari, but tells her not to put herself in danger because he won't be able to forgive himself if something happened to her. Nano blushes hearing that, but just then Ren notices Shizuka is missing. He starts panicking, fearing that something might have happened, and immediately rushes to find her. Meanwhile, Shizuka is trying to ask for help, but then her phone's battery dies out. She feels incredibly lonely and scared, but just then, Ren arrives there, screaming her name. He can't see her, and she realizes that she needs to call out to him using her real voice. However, she feels that he won't be able to hear it because her voice is so tiny. She takes the leap of faith and calls him, and Ren can hear her faint voice. He immediately reaches out to her and carries her in his arms, and Shizuka kisses him in the middle of the pool. After that, they reach the rest of the girls, and Ren decides to take a break with Kara. He has now realized that the reason she is not playing in water is because she feels insecure that she is not as thick as Hakari and Nano or as cute as Shizuka. She feels that she won't look good in a swimsuit. But then Ren takes off her dressing robe to reveal her swimsuit. Kara starts slapping him for having no manners, but then Ren hugs her, saying that she looks stunning. He tells her that she doesn't have to feel insecure about anything because she is perfect, and then he kisses her. After that, he takes her back to the rest of his harem, and all of them enjoy their time at the pool together. A couple days later, Ren's girlfriends take him to eat special couple pancakes, but as he passes by the chemistry lab, his eyes meet with a red-headed nerd baddie and a current runs through both of them immediately. He gets no time to talk with her then, but he visits the chemistry lab the next day to meet her. He doesn't find her there, and instead there is an excited Loli who introduces herself as Kusuri, Chem Club. Ren asks her about the girl he saw yesterday, but Kusuri tells him to wait and drink the tea she prepared. Ren politely obliges, and soon, Kusuri returns with a test tube in her hand, saying that this is the human magnet formula that can turn people into magnets. She tells Ren to try it, but he thinks it is risky. However, Kusuri doesn't take no for an answer and force feeds the formula to him. To Ren's surprise, it works, and then Kusuri drinks the medicine, but with the opposite polarity that attracts her to Ren like a magnet. He is overwhelmed by her cuteness, but controls himself because the FBI is watching. He asks her to get away, but Kusuri tells him that the effect of the formula will end in 10 minutes. However, they are going to be the longest 10 minutes of their lives because Kusuri has been holding her bladder the entire time. Luckily, she was wearing diapers in case something like this happened, but that is also too crazy and gross for Ren. Anyway, once the 10 minutes pass and they separate, Kusuri begins to tell Ren about the other medicines she has made. Ren feels like the girl is distracting him from the goal of finding his soulmate, but he can't stop thinking about her. Kusuri knows this too, and she reveals that the tea he drank earlier was actually a love potion because she likes him a lot, and they should go out on a date. She is sure that he won't refuse her under the effect of the love potion, but then Ren starts puking the potion out. Kusuri starts crying, thinking that he doesn't want to be in love with her, but Ren says that he just wants to be himself when he accepts her confession. However, before he can throw up the medicine, it starts reacting violently with his body, and he starts spasming. Kusuri tries to feed him a medicine that will counter the previous medicines, but since she can't feed him normally, she decides to do it with a kiss. Once Ren is normal, He tells Kusuri that he didn't need the medicine to be in love with her because he already likes her. She turns red from embarrassment on hearing this and begs him to date her. Ren agrees, and just then she grows up into the girl he saw yesterday. He is shocked and asks what is going on, and Kusuri explains that this is her original form and a failed experiment to become immortal turned her into a lowly. She says that the drug neutralizing medicine must have turned her back to normal, but she will return to her tiny form in an hour. She tells Ren that she is a third-year student, and he bows to her on realizing she is a senpai. He agrees to date her and takes her to his harem when she becomes a lowly again, explaining the entire story of how he met her. Kusuri introduces herself and says she is here with gifts for everyone. For Kara, she has medicines that can untwist her personality and give her what puberty couldn't. Kara immediately locks down Ren for telling such things about her to his new girlfriend, but apologizes as soon as Kusuri says that she did her own research. Next, she gives Hakari a hot stuff medicine, and she thinks it will give her a BBL that will make Ren go crazy. Instead, it makes her sweat so hard that her clothes melt off. She panics, but then Ren gives her his sweaty gym clothes, and Hakari thanks Kusuri for the real gift. After that, she gives Shizuka a medicine that makes her grow sensitive bunny ears, and a medicine that allows Nano to control her hair for maximum efficiency. Next, they sit down to have tea and breakfast, but Kusuri gets the urge to pee again. As she leaves, she tells the girls that the tea is different for them and Ren, but they will get it once they see the bottles. The girls see a big blue bottle and a small red bottle, so they think the big blue bottle is for them because they are more. However, it turns out to be the exact opposite because Kusuri thought the girls would understand that blue is for boys and red is for girls. She says that the tea in the blue bottle makes the drinker kiss their lover crazily, and she wanted Ren to kiss her. Ren tells her that there was no need for that, but before he can do anything, his girlfriends become cray-cray for his kisses. They toss Kusuri away and pounce on Ren with superhuman strength, because after drinking the kiss-kiss medicine, they become superpowered zombies. Kusuri tells Ren they need to act soon because if they don't get the neutralizing medicine in an hour, they will remain like this for the rest of their life. Kusuri takes Ren away from the Kiss zombies and closes the roof door. However, the Kiss zombies catch up to them in no time, and the two of them start running. Nano realizes that it is inefficient to chase them and sends the girls in all directions to corner them. Ren sees it and decides to distract the girls while Kusuri makes the medicine. He tries to lead Shizuka away because she is the slowest, but then she slips and hurts her head. Ren can't stop himself from carrying her to the nurse's office, but the nurse is on leave, and he has to treat her himself. However, he recalls that Shizuka is a Kiss zombie too late, and she pins him to the bed and starts making out with him. Ren feels so good that he doesn't want to stop, but he realizes that he might lose the real Shizuka forever at this rate, so he leaves her hanging and heads to find the other girls. Hakari and Kara find her first, and Kara launches Hakari towards him to knock him to the ground. With that, the girls catch up to him and take turns kissing him. Ren knows they are too strong to push away, but luckily, they start fighting out of nowhere, and he realizes that they still have their personalities, so he makes them kiss each other, and the girls continue what he started because they have already kissed each other, and they count as lovers too. Ren starts getting excited on seeing lesbian action in 4K. But then he remembers that he needs to help Kusuri. He reaches the lab, but to his shock, Nano is already there. Ren panics and hides in a closet, hoping that Kusuri reaches the lab in time to make the medicine. But unfortunately, she was hiding in the same closet before him. Kusuri tells him to run away and distract Nano, but he knows that Nano will understand that he is acting as a decoy and won't fall for it. Suddenly, Kusuri starts crying, saying that everything is always ruined because of her. Everyone left the chemistry lab because of her obsession with drugs, and now she is going to ruin the life of the guy she loves as well. She clutches her coat in frustration, but then realizes that she has an emergency neutralizing medicine with her that can help her save the day. Ren thinks that they can turn Nano back to normal with the medicine, but instead, Kusuri starts drinking it. Ren interrupts her and causes her to drop the test tube midway, causing her to freak out because she was planning to turn into her grown-up version that Nano hadn't seen to sneak past her. Ren gets flustered because he is so close to Kusuri, but she tells him they need to hurry because the medicine won't last long as she drank only a little bit of it. She decides to catch Nano by surprise and tie her up, but ends up revealing her name accidentally. Nano ties her up pretty kinkily on hearing that, and Ren decides to run away to distract her at all costs. He hides in an empty classroom, but Nano breaks the lock and pins him down anyway. She starts kissing him without stopping, but luckily, Kusuri arrives with medicine just then and feeds it to her. Nano falls unconscious thanks to that, and Ren is glad that his desperate attempt worked. Soon, they rescue all the girls, and when they wake up, Hakari apologizes to Ren for what she did. However, as she remembers her passionate making out session with Kata, She says that she forgot everything. Even Kara agrees with her, but then Kusuri starts crying as she apologizes for the mess. Ren tells her that it is alright because things worked out in the end, and from now on, he will be there to help her clean up any mistakes she makes. Kusuri is so overjoyed on hearing this that she kisses him and gets what she wanted from the beginning. Soon after that, Hikari takes Ren and his harem to a date in a flower park, and everyone is really excited about it. Suddenly, the park officials announce that it is the time for their special game, bouquet toss, and the winner can wear a wedding dress and get pictures clicked with her partner. The girls get excited on hearing that they have a chance to do a wedding photoshoot with Ren, but Hikari is the most excited one. They go to take part in the competition, but there is a huge crowd there, and a team of juiced-up female bodybuilders called Gorilla Gang is eager to win the competition so that their boss can do a photoshoot with her boy toy. Hikari suggests that they work as a team and then draw lots later to see who gets a chance to click pictures with Ren. The girls agree to the plan, and Ren asks Shizuka to sit this one out because she is not built for a competition like this. She agrees, and then Ren notices that the Gorilla Gang has flags. So he makes a flag for Rentaro family using a towel and a Sharpie that gets the girls swooning. Soon, the competition starts, and the guest throwing the bouquet is the vice principal, who is also a former shot put athlete. She tosses the bouquet at supersonic speed, and everyone starts running after it. Suddenly, members of the Gorilla Gang begin knocking people down, and Kara says that attacking others is against the rule. However, the Gorilla Gang say they are just training with each other, and they aren't responsible for anyone who gets caught in the crossfire. Kara gets pissed on this and decides to join the Gorilla Gang to fight them. She clashes head-on with the Gorilla Boss and proves that she is as strong as any bodybuilder. Meanwhile, the bouquet starts falling, and the Gorilla Gang creates a hurricane to pull it towards them. Luckily, Shizuka was holding the towel near them, and she gets sent flying by the hurricane. She uses the towel as a parachute and glides towards the bouquet. She catches it, but that makes her fall down and everyone panics. The girls move to the location that Nano predicts, but their natural airbags send her bouncing back in the air, but Ren is able to catch her before she kisses the ground. With that, Ren's family wins the game, and it is time to draw the lots. Hikari says that she has already brought sticks for that, because she is planning to hustle everyone and steal the photo with Ren at all costs. She has marked the winning stick with a small cut and asks Nano to pick first because going by efficiency, she will pick the nearest one. However, Nano exceeds her expectations by saying that the most efficient method is if everyone picks together. Hikari freaks out because she never thought of this, but somehow still ends up winning through sheer dumb luck. She is super happy about it, and other girls also tell her to hurry up. But Hikari asks them to join them in the photo. Once the photo is clicked, she thanks Ren for fulfilling her lifelong dream before asking him to break up with her. Ren is stumped at this request, but he can't say anything immediately. As he changes clothes, he wonders what happened to Hikari. He starts looking for her, but the staff tells him that she said she had urgent business and left in a car. Everyone is worried about her, and Ren tries calling her, but she doesn't pick up. So he follows the address that was on a letter containing her steamy pics she once sent to him. That address leads him to a lavish mansion, and he sees Hikari looking sadly out of a window. He calls out to her, and she signals him to quiet down before a guard comes checking for the sound he heard. Ren hides from the guard and gets a call from Hikari's landline, who tells him to leave her alone. He refuses, saying that he wants to know why she wants a breakup, and Hikari confesses that her mother found out that she is in a harem, so she made her break up with him. She knows that her mother is ruthless and will use the power of money to keep them separate. Hikari says that she still loves Ren, but just then, her mother arrives and takes the phone from her. She tells Ren to get out of her daughter's life before she removes him from this world and then ends the call. Ren starts screaming at her to listen, but then the guard catches him and tells him to get lost because there are things in life that he can't change. Ren leaves, defeated and broken. But as he is wallowing in despair, he sees a four-leafed clover and decides to do whatever he can for his girl. He tells his harem about the situation with Hikari and says that he is going to break into her mansion and run away with her. He says that they will go into hiding and he doesn't know when they can return, so he wants his girls to wait for him to get back. However, they are not having that and tell him that they will come with him and rescue Hikari together. Soon, they sneak into Hikari's mansion, and the girls are impressed that she comes from old money. Ren tries throwing a ball at her window to get her attention, but it bounces off the wall and a fluffy white cat takes it, refusing to give it back. In the commotion, the guard comes there and Ren's harem hides behind a tree while the cat distracts the guard. Suddenly, Nano gets an idea on realizing that this family has a cat. and she uses the pet door to toss pebbles at the doorknob to unlock it from inside. Everyone is amazed at how insane but effective she is. But Ren notices that she injured her nail in the process. As Kara bandages her, she asks Nano why would she hurt herself, and she replies that she just wants to help her friend. With that, they enter the house, but immediately a big and scary guard dog blocks their path. Everyone freaks and runs out, but Shizuka is so scared that she can't move. She fears that the dog is going to tear her apart and eat her, but she decides to sacrifice herself for Hakari. However, the dog starts licking her instead, and Nano realizes that the dog's protective instincts kicked in after seeing how defenseless Shizuka is. Kuzuri rolls a sleeping potion towards Shizuka and tells her to use it, but Shizuka drinks it herself and falls asleep. Luckily, the dog licks the remaining medicine and falls asleep right away as well. Thanks to that, they are able to wake Shizuka up and continue on their journey, but they meet the cat again in a long corridor. They trip the infrared alarm and panic, but manage to hide behind the doors as the guards arrive and find the cat. They think that the cat triggered the alarm as it always does, so they take it away. After that, Ren and others wonder how can they cross the corridor, but Kuzuri has a solution for that. She tears an envelope with infrared vision eye drops and makes Ren use it. But in the meantime, Kara picks up the letter. Kuzuri snatches it back from her, but Nano has read the address already. She says that the letter was addressed to a foreign pharma company that Kuzuri wants to work at, and today is the last day to apply for an internship there. Kuzuri says that Hakari is a friend, and saving her is more important than the internship. She then asks Ren if he can see in infrared now, so he opens his eyes to unleash homegrown Sharingan. Now, he can see only infrared light, and he freaks out on seeing that the trap covers everything from the floor to the roof. However, there is an open area near the chandelier, and he says they can cross the trap through it. Everyone thinks it is impossible because they can't climb up the walls, but then Nano gets an idea. She ties Ren and Kara together in reverse 69 so that they have enough reach to climb the wall. They start walking up the wall and then over the infrared traps. But as they cross the chandelier, Kara's clothes get loose and Ren's face is pressed directly against her belly and down under. She barely manages to get past the trap without losing her grip. And once they are through, Ren tells the rest of his harem that they can stay behind while they rescue Hakari and return. They soon find her room, and Kara unlocks it to see Hakari crying while looking at their group photo. However, the very next moment, the security alarm blazes because Hakari's mom had rigged her door in case she tries to escape. Ren tells her to run away with him, but it is too late as the guards and Hakari's mom arrive at the scene. Mommy Hahari takes Ren and Kara with her, while Hakari cries that Ren is going to suffer at the hands of her mother. Meanwhile, Hahari tells Ren and Kara that she would have shipped them to Epstein Island already if they weren't his daughter's friends. Ren realizes no tricks are going to work now, so he asks Hahari for her blessings, but she refuses. She then reveals that she was 13 years old when she got pregnant with Hakari because the guy she loved was critically ill and she wanted something to remember him by. So she recklessly got artificially inseminated by a team of skilled doctors and had her daughter. Even though she loved Hakari dearly, she always felt the loss of the man she loved. Hahari knows that her daughter is as reckless in love as herself, and she is going to be hurt badly if she dates a man who is 5 timing. That's why she tells Ren that his words mean nothing, and she is doing what she needs to protect her daughter. Ren starts crying on hearing her sad story and promises that he will never do anything that hurts Hakari. The tears wash away the medicine from his eyes, and he can see again. And as he meets Hahari's gaze, the soulmate shock runs through their bodies. Hahari is overwhelmed on feeling the sensation called love after 16 years, and she immediately asks Ren to go out with her because despite all that she has faced, she is still the type to become blind in love. Kara is flabbergasted by what she just heard, but Ren is about to say yes because he doesn't say no to his soulmates. Kara yells at him to snap out of it, and then Hahari says that she was just joking to test him, and she is still not going to give her daughter to him. Ren swears that he will do his best to keep Hakari happy. So Hahari summons a custom lie detector chair that can sense even the smallest lies to test his promises. Ren agrees to undergo her test, but asks her to prove that the chair works. Hahari agrees and makes Kara take the test because Ren will trust her answers more. The first question Hahari asks her is about her cup size, and even though Kara is flustered, she says that she is almost a C cup. The chair says that is a lie, and Kara reveals that she is just a B cup, which is the truth. Next, Hahari asks her if she loves Ren, and she affirms, but the machine says it is a lie. Ren starts bleeding out of all his holes on hearing this because he can't believe that Kara doesn't love him. She realizes that the machine catches even the slightest change from truth. So she starts talking about how much she loves Ren, but even then the machine calls it a lie. Ren keeps on taking damage each time until Kara says that she really loves him. and the machine confirms that it is the truth. Ren returns to normal on hearing this, and he immediately says the same thing about Kara that the machine confirms as truth. Next, he answers the same questions about Hakari, and they are all truths, which leaves Hahari confused. She refuses to believe that the machine is working properly, but just then, a maid comes running to tell her that Hakari wants to jump out of the window. Seeing this chance, Kara grabs Hahari and threatens to snap her neck if anyone moves. She tells Ren to take Hakari and run away as far as he can because she knows he will return for her one day. Ren takes up the offer and runs towards Hakari, while Kara holds her mother back. Ren soon reaches Hakari, who is standing on the edge of her window, and tells her that they can run away from this place. She refuses, saying that no matter what they do, her mother will keep chasing after them and they will never be happy. Ren says that he will be much more sad if anything happens to her and asks her to come back to him. Hakari is moved by his words and agrees to come back. But then her adrenaline wears off and she gets scared of falling. Ren walks to her cautiously, but Hakari slips and falls. Luckily, he catches her, but he is in a bad position and both of them are about to fall just as Kara and Hahari reach the room. They reach for Ren, but he slips and falls, refusing to let Hakari go. He curls up around her and then kicks the wall to land in the pool below them. His girls also dive in to rescue him, but Kuzuri has to rescue Shizuka first because she can't swim. Once they are out, Ren hugs Hakari, but then Kara comes there and slaps her, calling her an idiot for trying to jump out of the window. Ren hugs both of them as they cry, and Hahari realizes that he was not lying when he said he would do anything for his girlfriends. She bows to him and asks him to make her daughter happy, and Ren agrees. He realizes how much Hahari loves her daughter, but he doesn't want her to be sad either. So he takes her hands and says that he will make both her and Hakari happy. He says yes to her proposal from earlier and Hahari is so happy that she hugs him tightly. Hakari freaks out on hearing this and reminds her mom that this guy is her boyfriend. But Hahari doesn't care because she is in love with Ren, and all the girls are thinking the same thing you are. Anyway, Hahari says that everyone should stay over for the night. She takes the girls to her giant bathroom and then for a pajama party where she dresses them in cute dresses. Ren is overwhelmed by the cuteness overload and even Hahari gets a nosebleed because she hasn't been this excited in a long time. She leaves to get water and Ren decides to support her. He assures Hahari that there are many fun things left in her life, and she gets so excited by his words that she asks him to come to her room because she can't hold it in any longer. Ren thinks that he is finally going to graduate from being a virgin, and his girlfriends think so too when they hear Hahari's screams coming from her bedroom. They rush to the scene because all of them want to take Ren's V card, but they receive the surprise of a lifetime when they see that Hahari has made him wear girls' clothes and is squealing because he is so cute. The girls agree with her wholeheartedly and accept Hahari as their boss. While Ren is really embarrassed that his girls saw him cross-dressing, he passes out because of the embarrassment and everyone panics, but Hahari finds an opportunity in this crisis. She makes Nano dress up like a prince to wake up the sleeping beauty. Nano kisses Ren and brings him back to his senses, and the girls start drooling on seeing this. Once Ren is awake, he takes off his female clothes and angrily heads to take a bath. But Hakari and her mother have plans to snoop on him and see what he is packing. However, Shizuka is against peeping, so Hakari and Hahari roll her up in a bedsheet like a burrito and tell her that they will bring pictures for her. The girls lower Kusuri to the bathroom window so that she can confirm the status for them, but it is too foggy and she presses her face to the glass just as Ren looks towards her. She freaks out on being spotted, but Ren thinks that he saw a ghost, so he is even more scared. At the same time, Shizuka decides to protect Ren's honor at all costs and starts rolling towards him, while Hahari leads the girls to the attic, which will allow them to see Ren from above. The girls are nervous about finding mice in the attic, but Hahari tells them that her place is free from all sorts of pests. Just then, her cat brushes off against the girls and they freak out while banging on the floor below them. This further scares the already terrified Ren, who starts rubbing himself faster to get out of the bathroom. At the same time, Shizuka reaches the stairs but is afraid to roll down until the dog comes there and startles her. She rolls towards the bathroom at great speed, getting free of the bedsheet burrito. Luckily, the door opens by itself for her because of a ghost that vanishes as soon as Shizuka touches it. She rolls and falls into the bath and Ren freaks out when she comes out of the water. However, he calms down as he recognizes his girlfriend and asks what is she doing here. Just then, his tower comes undone and Shizuka gets the honor of being the only girl to see his elephant's trunk. She passes out with a nosebleed, so Ren takes her back and runs back into the rest of his harem. They tell him that they were just playing hide and seek, but Kara says that they weren't trying to peek on him him or anything. That reveals their secret, and Ren scolds them all before continuing their night out. They start playing cards, but then Hahari starts acting strange and leaves the room. Ren goes to check on her and finds her praying, so he decides to accompany her. He is surprised to see her praying to the picture of a middle schooler, and Hahari says that this was her previous lover and Hakari's father. Ren is shocked to hear that, but he has more questions now. He asks Hahari why did she stay single, even though she could have any man that she wanted, and she says that she doesn't want to talk about it. However, Ren tells her to be comfortable with her teenage boyfriend, and she says that she loves her ex so much that she never wanted to love another man. Despite that, she fell in love with Ren, and it feels wrong. Ren suddenly hugs her and tells her that no one said she can only love one person at a time because he loves multiple girls too. Hahari is really moved, and she hugs Ren, asking him to kiss her because her ex never did, and on his deathbed he asked her to save her first kiss for someone who would never leave her alone. She suddenly takes her words back, but then Ren pulls her towards him and kisses her while she thinks of her ex, which would normally be a red flag. After that, all of them fall asleep, and Ren wakes up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet that is oddly not joined with the bedroom. On the way, he sees the ghost of Hakari's dad, and instead of getting scared, he asks him how is he here. The ghost tries scaring Ren, but he is pretty chill because he sees him as his father-in-law, and says that he must be a nice guy if Hahari loves him so much. The ghost of the ex can't pretend to be scary anymore, and he reveals that he has been watching over his girlfriend and daughter for the past 16 years, but now that Ren is here, he thinks that the girls are in safe hands. Ren asks to shake his hand and thanks him for bringing Hakari into this world and making Hahari happy in the past. On hearing his heartfelt words, the ghost suddenly goes Super Saiyan because all his regrets and worries that tied him to Earth are getting washed away after meeting Ren. He tells Ren to watch over the girls for him as he passes away, and Ren wakes up in the morning, trying to stop him from going. Later, everyone heads back home to change and go to school, and Hahari asks them to come here as often as they want to. However, she can't control herself from going after Ren, and in the afternoon assembly, she introduces herself to the students as the new chairperson of the school board because she bought the school to be closer to Ren. Meanwhile, ran all the way to her mansion to see her in the lunch break, and he gathers his strength to run back and meet his girls back at school, passing many of his future soulmates to reach his girlfriends waiting for him at the rooftop. A couple weeks later, Hakari calls everyone to the rooftop for an emergency meeting. She says that after 3 months in a relationship, guys start getting a little bored. That is why she asked Kuzuri to make them a medicine that can revive Ren's interest in them. Kuzuri comes forward with the medicine and mixes it with the final ingredient, but it doesn't work out as she planned and explodes. Ren comes running to see if his girls are alright and finds that the medicine made the girls switch their bodies just like in Your Name. They start quarreling about how they are going to handle it, and Ren asks them to slow down and explain who is who right now. Hakari is in Nano's body, and she realizes that she can take advantage of this situation to get closer to Ren, but he can easily guess that it is her by her actions. Next, Kuzuri asks him if he can tell that she is in Hakari's body. After that, he turns to Kuzuri's body, which now houses Hahari, who is thrilled to be young again. Meanwhile, Kara is in Hahari's body, and Shizuka is in her body, while Nano has possessed Shizuka's body. Ren asks how to turn them back, and Hahari suggests that they need a miracle, and the only thing that can make it possible is a kiss from Ren. Everyone knows that this is an excuse, but that doesn't stop Hahari from giving Ren baby treatment while in Kuzuri's body, and he feels really good with motherly Kuzuri. Once they kiss, her soul leaves the body, and the girls realize that if Ren kisses everyone quickly, their souls will leave the new vessel and go back to their original body. So Ren kisses all of them one by one, and their souls are in the air. With that, they return to their original bodies, and Ren is overwhelmed after 6 kisses in a row. Later that day, as he is buying lunch in the cafeteria, a girl reaches for the egg on toast he wanted. As Ren looks at her, the soulmate current runs through his body, but he is shocked to see that the emo girl is actually a middle schooler. She tells him to mind his own business and then tries to buy the egg on toast, but unfortunately she doesn't have the money for that. Ren finds her in the park and offers to share his lunch with her. The girl still acts bitchy, but as soon as she takes a bite, she starts squealing with delight and apologizes to Ren for being rude earlier. She explains that she is a big foodie with a super fast metabolism, so if she gets a craving she can't satisfy, she turns cranky. Once she is done, she thanks Ren and leaves, but by the time he asks her name, She has already digested the food and rudely tells him to stop being a creep. However, she can't help but notice a strange feeling in her heart as she talks to him. The next day, the emo foodie girl looks for a special sandwich aggressively, but it is already sold out in her cafeteria. Just then, Ren comes there to ask what is she craving today, and she tells him it is none of his business. However, he guesses it and says that it's sold out in his cafeteria too. This pisses the girl off even more, and she decides to go to a convenience store, and when Ren offers to go instead, she lashes out at him. She runs off with that, but can't find the sandwich anywhere. She throws a tantrum because she is mad at herself for lashing out on someone as kind as Ren. Soon, she reaches school and Ren is waiting for her at the gate. He asks her to come with him to the kitchen where he has prepared the sandwich she wanted after getting permission from school and using makeshift ingredients. He got a little injured in the process, but says it is fine, and the girl gets emotional. She asks why would he do so much for someone like her, and Ren says that she really enjoys eating food and he found that charming. The girl starts blushing on hearing this and says that the food she eats with him tastes special, so she wants him to eat lunch with her every day as her boyfriend. Ren happily accepts the proposal, and the girl introduces herself as Kirimi after becoming his girlfriend. With that, Ren takes Kirimi to meet his harem, and she clearly tells them that she has no plans of being chummy with anyone except Ren, and the girls are a little hurt on hearing that. Next, Ren tells them about an eating competition the next Sunday where the reward is a special gelato made by a Michelin star chef. He says they should register as a team, but Kirimi says she will win it solo. However, Ren explains that middle schoolers need a guardian with them, and since Kirimi's parents work on Sunday, she agrees to join the team with Hahari acting as her guardian. The next Sunday, Ren and his harem go to the food fight, and he hopes that this will help Kirimi break the ice with the rest of his girls. The announcer declares that the preliminary round is about eating as much rice as they can, and the side dishes won't count in the score. Only 2 people can take part in this round, and Kirimi declares that she will take part in every round and win, so they can just go home. Kara is pissed at her, but Ren stops her and volunteers to help her in round 1. As they start eating, Kirimi keeps getting distracted by the side dishes, and Ren brings a plate for her. Kara asks him if he is crazy for going to the side dishes so quickly, but Ren asks her to just wait and watch. Kirimi starts making faces of ecstasy on eating the side dishes, and it tempts everyone to get some sides as well. As everyone rushes to get the side dishes, Ren explains that their stomach will get filled with the side dishes and they will drop out of the competition quickly, but Kirimi basically has a black hole in her belly and she will be alright. He himself keeps asking for more rice without eating any side dish, and the girls ask him how can he eat that much. Ren replies that he feels that the rice his girlfriends are serving him has their unique flavor, and he can't get tired of eating it. Soon, the prelim round ends, and despite their performance, Ren and Kirimi are only third. The second position goes to the Gorilla Gang, and the first position is taken by a sumo wrestler named Chonko, who came here straight from the One Piece universe. The next round is drinking boba tea, and Shizuka volunteers to help Kirimi. As the round begins, Chonko begins swallowing entire glasses of boba tea at once, but others start struggling to chew the tapioca balls after 10 minutes. Somehow Shizuka has no problem with it, because she has trained her tiny mouth since childhood to chew harder and longer than other people. Thanks to that, Ren's family gets second position. The next round is eating 10 pieces of sushi quickly, and Nano steps up to help Kirimi, who gets lost in the taste, but Nano starts swallowing sushi whole without chewing. Despite that, she can't beat Chonko because her stomach is full, so she rushes to the highest place in the arena to use her fear of heights to trigger her survival mechanisms that will let her eat more. She finishes the last piece of sushi, earning the second spot, but then freezes stiff and Ren has to rush and rescue her. The food in the next round is spicy tofu, and Chonko gives up because he can't handle the spice. Meanwhile, Kara, Kuzuri, and Kirimi win the round after beating the gorilla family. The next round is cake eating, and once again, Rintaro family comes second. Anyway, it is time for the final round, ramen eating. But no one except Kirimi is fit enough to take part in it. The gorilla gang leader and her lackeys decide to go all out for their boy toy, but after a few minutes, they have to be taken to hospital in ambulances. Now only Chonko and Kirimi remain, and they keep fighting hard. But Chonko is confident that he will win because he is not eating anything at all. His giant frame is actually a hoax, and he is spitting everything into a box hidden inside his suit. Soon, Kirimi starts struggling, and she realizes that she shouldn't have taken part in every round and let Ren and others handle some of them. She starts crying, thinking that her arrogance is going to cost her this win when suddenly, Ren and others arrive there to join the competition. Kirimi asks them why are they here when she was so rude to them, and they reply that they are a family that stays together no matter what. Ren tells her that they will win with the power of love, and Kirimi finally accepts his words. As they keep eating, Chonko's box gets full, so he transforms and begins stuffing his belly instead. After a prolonged battle, everyone is on the floor and the match is a tie. Kirimi and Chonko crawl towards their ramen bowl, but then Ren asks Kirimi to feed him instead. She does that, and Ren swallows the last bit of ramen while Chonko vomits. He can't understand how Ren didn't vomit after eating that much, and he replies that he will never throw up what his girlfriends feed him. With that, his team wins the competition and get to eat the special gelato. Kirimi now feels guilty for being rude to everyone, but instead of scolding her, they simply feed her more gelato. Later, Kirimi meets Ren privately and thanks him for taking her to the competition. Then suddenly, she moves closer to Ren and kisses him, saying that she could get used to his taste. Soon after that, Hahari gets into full mommy mode and makes baby clothes for everyone to wear. Ren gets so excited that he starts wearing them already, but Hahari tells him to wait because they have to drink Kusuri's babyfication medicine first. Kara and Kirimi don't want to take weird medicines or wear baby clothes, so Hakari starts rolling on the floor to convince them. This hurts Hakari, who asks her mother to stop embarrassing her in front of her friends. Seeing the atmosphere get tense, Kusuri decides to use the school cat as a distraction. She throws a test tube at her and asks her to catch it, but the cat runs away and the test tube explodes, causing everyone except Ren and Hakari to turn into babies. They are overwhelmed by their cuteness and dress them in baby clothes because Kusuri told them not to take the neutralizing medicine before an hour. While Ren is overwhelmed by the cuteness of the babies, Hakari starts feeling like a wife who had many kids with her husband. However, they both realize how difficult it is to take care of kids as Shizuka and Nano start running away. Kusuri tries to drink her medicines, while Kirimi and Kara try to get milk out of Hakari's jugs. They suddenly start fighting, and when Hakari tries to stop them, they begin crying as she tries to pacify them. Baby Hahari climbs on her shoulder and pulls her hair, and Hakari thinks she can't handle it. However, Hahari pats her head to comfort her, and in relief Hakari accidentally throws Kirimi and Kara away. Luckily, Ren catches them while dragging his face across the floor, and the babies really enjoy that. Ren realizes that this will keep them entertained, so he keeps dragging his face across the rooftop for an hour. And at the end, his face is pretty messed up. Anyway, he and Hakari realize that raising babies is not an easy task, but it is worth it because kids are little angels. Ren says that Hahari said that Hakari was the ray of hope in her life, and once she is back to normal, Hakari apologizes to her mother for being rude. She realizes that she has never seen her mother look so lively before, and it is because she finally feels free and safe with Ren and others. A couple days later, the harem has a cookie party on the rooftop, and Hahari's maid Mei is there to serve them. Hakari praises how bright Kirimi's eyes shine when she eats, and that leads to a chain reaction of everyone praising everyone's eye color. Hahari says that Mei's eyes are also really pretty, even though she always keeps them closed while wearing a polite smile. Hahari tells everyone that Mei's eyes are rainbow colored, and everyone is excited to see them. Hahari orders her to open her eyes, but Mei's eyelids have become rigid after not being used for so long. She can't open her eyes when she uses her hands, but she can't disobey her master, so she goes looking for a scalpel to cut open her eyelids. Hahari stops her, and the group begins looking for other ways to get her to open her eyes. However, Kirimi is curious about how does Mei see with her eyes closed. She replies that she doesn't, and instead she uses her other senses like Daredevil. She proves that by catching a flower pot that was about to fall on Ren's head, and he is impressed. Suddenly, Shizuka gets an idea, and she tries to startle Mei, but the only people affected by her actions are Ren and Hahari. After that, Nano threatens to startle her by stabbing her with a blade, but that doesn't work out either, and Nano reveals that she retracted the blade at the last moment. On seeing that nothing works, Ren suggests that they try to make Mei laugh because that will force her to open her eyes. He tells her a funny story about how he mispronounced a word earlier, and Mei laughs softly. But when he tells her that it wasn't him, but Hahari who mispronounced the word, Mei's eyes open wide. As her rainbow eyes meet Ren's, they feel the soulmate shock, and everyone is confused about how Ren's plan worked. He explains that Mei is so loyal that she wouldn't want to laugh at Hahari, and the shock got her to open her eyes. However, the bigger issue here is that Mei has fallen in love with Ren at first sight, but she refuses to date him because he is her mistress's boyfriend. Hahari tells her to keep her feelings first, and the rest of the harem also welcomes her. so Mei asks Ren to make her his side chick. The next day, Mei comes to pick Ren up because Hahari told her to become his personal maid for a day so that they both can know each other better. Ren asks her what she likes, and she replies that she loves Hahari and Ren. But he asks her what else she likes. Turns out Mei has no hobbies, no favorite food, and no personality traits apart from being loyal to Hahari and him. Ren thinks he needs to make her experience more things, so he takes her to a flower park and food stalls nearby. He asks if she would like to eat something, but she replies that she will be fine with whatever he orders. To stop her from trying to please him all the time, Ren says that he wants to eat the food she has cooked, and he is so hungry that he can't wait a single minute. To his surprise, she comes back in 40 seconds with a homemade lunchbox that she made in advance. Ren realizes that she didn't even plan to tell him about it until he asked. He is amazed at her selflessness, and after eating the lunch, Mei asks Ren if he has any orders for her because she will do anything for him. Unfortunately, he is dumb as a fart and can't think of anything good. He asks Mei to bring a cherry blossom branch for him, and she obliges. But then he realizes that he is basically treating her like a dog and playing fetch with her. So he asks Mei to throw the stick so that he can fetch it and make things equal. But now even the maid has started thinking that he is dumb. She tells him to give her a better order so that she can serve him, and he asks why is so insistent on serving others. Mei replies that her life has no value because she was abandoned once, but Hahari found her, and now it is her mission to serve her. Ren doesn't like that attitude, so he orders her to stop being useful to him. Mei accepts it, but no matter what she does, Ren says that she is being cute, which counts as being useful. In the end, the only idea left in her mind is to drive back home, but Hahari sends her back to her date. Once Mei returns, she tells Ren that she is useful to him no matter where she goes, and she can be useless only when she is dead. Ren replies that this is exactly his point because as long as Mei is alive, she is useful to him, so she doesn't need to push herself hard to please him. Mei gets emotional on her, and then Ren says that if she wants to do anything for him, she should do it as his girlfriend and not his maid, and she gladly accepts that order. With that, Ren introduces her to his harem, and the girls have already accepted Mei as one of them. To celebrate this occasion, Hahari has made maid outfits for every one of them, and Ren's mind gets blown on seeing them as maids. Mei tells everyone to be careful, or they will get their dress dirty, which is a great sin for maids. This gives Hahari an idea to start a water fight between the girls, with the reward being a sloppy kiss from Ren. The girls are thrilled to take part in the competition, with Ren acting as the referee butler. Kara faces Mei first, who easily dodges her attacks, then forces her into an awkward position where she gets defeated by Kusuri. Nano eliminates Kusuri while Hahari distracts Kirimi with a burger to eliminate her. Nano decides to take down Hahari first, but Mei intervenes to protect her master. Nano calculates the velocity, air resistance, and a bunch of stuff to dodge the water, and then fires back, but Mei uses Ultra Instinct to dodge it. The two of them start facing off like Goku and Vegeta, but then Nano decides to go after an easier target. She chases Shizuka, who starts firing in random directions, and one of the shots she fired upwards falls right on Nano's head, eliminating her, but she also gets wet by her own attack. Now only 3 players are left, and Hikari takes her mother hostage to force Mei to eliminate herself. However, Hahari shoots herself so that her maid can win and make her proud. Mei runs ahead and takes Hikari out quickly, but as she goes to help Hahari up, she gets drenched and eliminated from the game as well. Ren declares that everyone is a winner and kisses everyone, which leaves him drenched in the end, much to the joy of his girlfriends. Soon after that, Ren's girlfriends notice that they have gained weight because they started eating more after the food festival. They start panicking that they will get fat and unattractive at this rate, so they decide to hold a special training for themselves. Ren tells them that he is proud of them and starts going home, but on the way he sees a girl trying to recruit members for their female baseball team, but everyone turns her down. Her eyes meet Ren's, giving them both the soulmate shock. The girl doesn't know what to do, so she asks Ren to join the girls' baseball team and panics when she realizes her mistake. She introduces herself as Ikkyu and tells him that she needs some players so that they can take part in the upcoming tournament or their team will be disbanded. Ren asks how many players she needs, and Ikkyu replies that she needs 8 more players, which is a big number considering that a baseball team only has 9 players. She tells Ren that they used to be a proper team, but her friends left for the US to train properly, and she just wants to keep the team alive till they get back. She says that she can only try to recruit players while training her muscles right now. However, she gets exhausted after a while because she has been swinging her bat since morning, but she likes it because she is a masochist. Anyway, Ren asks what he can do to help her, and Ikkyu asks him to help her with training. They play for a couple of hours together and Ikkyu is really happy. The next day, she is really excited for the classes to end so that she can play again with Ren. She is sure that she is in love with him, but then she sees him holding Nano's hand and that shatters her dreams. So later that evening, when Ren comes to play, she confesses her feelings for him. Ren rejects her, saying that he has 8 girlfriends already, and that completely breaks Ikkyu's heart. However, the fun part is that Ikkyu's masochist side kicks in on hearing that she feels the most pleasure she has ever felt in life on being heartbroken. Suddenly, Ren starts coughing so much blood that he floats in the air, and reveals that he was rejecting her on purpose because he saw her looking ecstatic earlier when she saw him with Nano. That's why he just wanted to make her feel good before accepting her proposal, because he wants to be with her and help her achieve her dreams. Ikkyu is delighted to become his girlfriend, and the next day, Ren takes her to his harem. Ikkyu introduces herself and asks everyone to smack her ass with a baseball bat to show that she is a newbie who needs to listen to her seniors. Ren explains that Ikkyu is a masochist, and Kusuri decides to give her what she wants. Ren is glad that his tomboy girlfriend is able to break the ice with his harem on her own. After that, he asks his girlfriends how they feel about baseball, because Ikkyu needs help in saving her baseball team. Kara asks Hahari if she can't use her power as the chairman to do something, and she replies that it will be unfair to the clubs and teams that have already been shut down. Ren requests the girls to join the team if they are interested, and they are interested but not in baseball. They want a fun way to lose weight while Ren stays nearby, and agree to join the team. However, Hahari, Mei and Kurumi can't join the team because they are not in high school, but they still volunteer to join the practice. They still need 3 more players, but Ren says they will find them easily and then win the game with the power of love and teamwork. Soon, they start training, and the first exercise is catching practice. Kara uses too much power. Hahari has too much jiggle physics. Hakari is too clumsy, and the baseballs remind Kurumi of chocolate wrapped like baseballs. Once they finish catching practice, it is time to practice swinging the bat, and Kusuri decides to become Roronoa Zoro. Kara starts using it like a weapon and Shizuka starts spinning as she swings the bat. By night, everyone is exhausted but Ikkyu is still going strong. She tells everyone to go home because she still needs to practice a bit, and when they return in the morning, they find that she hasn't gone home all night. She collapses as soon as they approach her, and they take her to the infirmary while wondering how is she such a masochist. They leave for their classes with that, and Ren returns just in time as Ikkyu wakes up, still aching to practice more so that she doesn't let her friends down. Ren somehow convinces her to go to class for now, and plans to develop a fever by putting ice inside his underwear to stop Ikkyu from overworking. Later that day, as they finish practicing and Ikkyu tells everyone to go home, Ren is ready to execute his plan, but then the girls tell Ikkyu that they will stay with her because they also want to win the game. 2 weeks later, it is time for the first practice match, and Ren manages to get help from a pair of triplets to fill the remaining spots. However, they fall ill on the day of the match, so Ren goes to talk to the coach of the rival team, who is a tiny old lady with Stegosaurus hairstyle. He asks her if they can include non-high schoolers in the team for practice, and the shriveled old granny has no issue with that. The match against Jurassic School starts with that, and Ikkyu starts pitching. She gets the first player out easily, but the captain of the Jurassic team knows something about her past that she decides to use when Ikkyu is batting. Next, it is Kara's turn to bat, and she is ready to hit it out of the park. But the enemy pitcher is a powerhouse whose throw breaks her bat instead. The next 2 pitches do the same thing and Kara gets out. Next, it is Ikkyu's turn, but she freezes right as the pitcher throws the ball. After strike 2, she regains her focus, but the captain tells the pitcher to use her ultimate attack that wrecks both her arm and her opponent's hand. Because of that, Ikkyu can't pitch and Nano takes over for her. This lets the Jurassic team score a lot of points, and Ikkyu and others can't do anything against the gorilla pitcher on their team. They start lagging behind by a lot, and the Jurassic captain decides to finish the game before Ikkyu recovers by targeting Shizuka, who is the weakest member of the team. She goes up to her mid-game and says that she has been messing up a lot and is a burden to her team, which breaks Shizuka's more, and she begins making even more mistakes that let the opponents score 3 runs. Shizuka starts crying, and as everyone consoles her, Kusuri reveals that the lizard team captain was trash-talking her. This gets everyone pissed, and when the game restarts, Kara goes Super Saiyan to hit a Kamehameha-style home run against the T-Rex pitcher to avenge Shizuka. Hakari can't do that, so she focuses on bunting, and everyone else does the best they can to overwhelm their enemies with the power of love and rage. Mei becomes the pitcher and throws balls that swing like Darkseid's eye lasers, and even Ikkyu heals her hand by dipping it in an ice bucket. The Super Saiyan team manages to score enough points to be back in the fight, using their unique abilities, but then it is Shizuka's turn to bat. The lizard captain thinks that they are safe because Shizuka can't even manage a bunt. But she suddenly hugs the bat tightly and hits a bunt from the base because the T-Rex pitcher has only been throwing middles. Shizuka starts running at full speed, but she is not fast enough. However, seeing her trying to run fast with her tiny body reminds the opponent of her puppy that died last year, and she can't catch the ball. Shizuka completes the run and ties the score. But the next batter is Ikkyu, and the lizard captain thinks that she will fumble again. As Ikkyu leaves to bat, Ren grabs her hand and asks why is she not herself today. Ikkyu reveals that a couple years ago, she hit a home run that hit a girl in the stands and gave her a serious bleeding. That's why she is scared of hitting home runs now, but she is confident that she will hit it this time. Everyone cheers for her, but Ikkyu still has the flashbacks and hits 2 foul shots. She pumps herself up before the last pitch, but then the T-Rex pitcher uses her ultimate attack again. This time, Ikkyu connects the shot properly even as the wind pressure from the pitch tears her clothes. Suddenly, she hears Ren telling her to hit the ball towards him because he will surely catch it. Ikkyu believes him and hits the ball with full strength, and Ren feels like the Shaolin soccer goalkeeper as he tries to stop the hypersonic ball. In the end, he manages to catch it after losing all his clothes, and then Ikkyu comes running to kiss him and thanks him for restoring her confidence in herself. The next weekend, Ren and his harem go to a karaoke date, and he starts swooning as each of his girls sings. But Shizuka is not ready for that yet. However, as she goes to get some juice, she begins singing to herself, but Ren hears it because he came to check up on her. Shizuka apologizes for being such a letdown, but Ren tells her that as long as she is having fun, no one will force her to sing, but she doesn't need to hold back either. As they move back to the room, Shizuka tries motivating herself to sing because these people are her family. At the same time, Kyuzuri is eager to go next because she has placed the cuteness increasing medicine in the room for her performance. However, Shizuka volunteers to sing next, and her cuteness combined with the medicine's effects is so overwhelming that Ren and Hahari are knocked out instantly. Others try to endure the cuteness, but Shizuka knocks them out one by one. However, Ren wakes up because he cannot let Shizuka see everyone knocked out because of her singing. He still can't resist her cuteness, so he decides to sing along to reduce the effect of her voice. This revives his girls and then overwhelms them so much that they are knocked out of the building. The next day, Ren goes to a shopping mall to see a pretty fountain, and just then a beautiful blonde girl comes there, saying that this fountain is nothing compared to her. Ren looks at the narcissist, and as their eyes meet, they both feel the soulmate shock. While Ren is stumped by her beauty, the girl grabs his hands and tells him that he is the luckiest guy on earth because he gets her permission to date her. She introduces herself as Mimi, a second-year student from his school, and Ren can't stop swooning over her beauty. Mimi says that unfortunately he is not beautiful enough to date her, but she can fix him. She gives him a full makeover with silver hair and red eyes that remind Ren of Nano, and he agrees that he looks beautiful. That beauty comes at a high price that he reluctantly pays, and later, as they are having drinks in a cafe, he notices everyone staring at them. Mimi says that beauty naturally attracts everyone, and she is the most beautiful person here. But once upon a time, she met someone even more beautiful than herself. Meanwhile, a guy nearby gets pissed at her and says that his girlfriend is cute. He says that Mimi is a fake person who is beautiful only because she has the money to afford it. Mimi doesn't care about his opinion and explains that beauty cannot be bought. It must be earned, and she works hard every day to maintain her beauty. This pisses the guy even more, and he decides to throw his drink on her to ruin her clothes. But Ren shields her using his body. The guard comes running to chase the guy, but he slips on a straw. He is about to fall on the drink and ruin his clothes, but Ren saves him too because he doesn't mind his clothes being ruined as long as Mimi is safe. He knows that the guy is twisted, but he was trying to look cool in front of his girlfriend, so he forgives him. The guy is so moved on hearing this that he apologizes and turns himself in, while Mimi takes off Ren's wig, saying that he doesn't need it because his heart is beautiful enough. She then confesses her love for him and asks him to date her, and Ren agrees, but tells her that he already has 9 girlfriends. Mimi is shocked, but since she gets to be girlfriend number, which is the perfect number according to her, she agrees. Just then, Shizuka and Nano come there after shopping, and Mimi's mood changes on seeing Nano because she was the one who outshone and made her feel inferior. She refuses to join a group that has Nano, but she can't give up Ren either, so she challenges her to a beauty search contest to see who will leave Ren's harem. Ren thinks that Nano will refuse the challenge, but to his shock, she accepts it. Mimi remembers how she lost a beauty contest to Nano in middle school, but she accepted it gracefully and tried to be friends with her. However, Nano told her that friendships are a waste of time and walked away. Today, she decides to pay her back for that insult, and the beauty search contest takes place on the school rooftop. Kara asks Mimi to explain what's going on, and she says that she and Nano will list beautiful things about the girls in Ren's harem. Ren will be the judge, and if he accepts a beautiful thing, they will get a point. Whoever gets the most points will win the competition, and the loser has to leave Rentaro family. Kara refuses to let a game decide who leaves the harem, but the game has already begun, and she is the first target. Both Mimi and Nano point out beautiful things about her, and Ren accepts every single entry. After 7 rounds, Nano has the lead, and the next target is Shizuka. Hikari feels that Nano is going to win because she spends a lot of time with Shizuka. However, as Nano makes the first call, she talks about how Shizuka's small gestures are cute. Ren refuses to give her a point because she pointed out cuteness and not beauty. Nano panics that she made a mistake and Mimi scores a point quickly. Nano tries to fight back, but she can't see beyond Shizuka's cuteness and ends up losing the round. Now they are both tied, and the final target is Ren, who will decide the result of the game. Mei acts as the judge in this round, and Mimi makes the first call. She says that Ren's thick eyebrows are beautiful, but he shaves them so she doesn't score. Nano says that his proper uniform is beautiful, so Ren tears it. The girls keep listing beautiful things about him, and Ren ruins them so that they both lose, and the game ends in a draw, which means no one gets exiled. However, Mimi can't accept a tie with Nano, so she takes leave. Nano stops her and apologizes for her actions in the past, explaining that meeting Ren and others changed her, and now she realizes what all she missed. She grabs Mimi's hand and asks her to be her friend, and that reminds Mimi of how she was obsessed with Nano in middle school. She entered her name in the beauty contest so that they could get an opportunity to talk and become friends, but her dreams took many years to come true. She is happy to become friends with Nano, but immediately switches to her arrogant style. With that, she formally becomes a part of the harem, and the first thing she does is give Kuzuri a makeover. However, she is surprised because all the girls in the harem are naturally beautiful, and she wonders about the reason behind that. As she sees Kuzuri kissing Ren, she thinks that his kiss is keeping their hormones in balance and making them beautiful, so she says that all of them should kiss him. Kuzuri brings out a special lip balm that will make the kisses more intense, and Ren and his girls melt with each kiss. Mimi goes last and experiences her first kiss, which makes her love Ren even more. By the end of the evening, the girls become so beautiful that their art style changes, and Ren becomes so handsome that he turns into a Greek statue. Soon after that, Ren reads an article that says that the solar activity is reducing and Earth may enter another ice age soon. He starts getting worried about the future of the planet, but Kuzuri thinks that he is stressed because he is bald and is wearing a wig since the beauty search contest. However, she has a hair growing medicine that can restore his hair immediately, and Hahari decides to take this change to give everyone a new hairstyle. Mei acts as the stylist and gives everyone a new fade, and seeing them like this makes Ren's hair grow back instantly. After that, Hahari asks Kuzuri for the hair control medicine she once fed Nano, and she absent-mindedly gives it to her. However, she realizes her mistake only after Hahari drinks it. Her hair starts growing uncontrollably and wrap her up like a cocoon before spreading out. Mei tries to rescue her mistress, but the hair attack her, and when Ren tries to save her, he twists his ankle. Anyway, they run to safety where Kuzuri explains that combining the hair growth and hair control medicines made Hahari's hair take over her mind, and now she can only act to meet her most primal urge, which is petting cute things. Hikari immediately starts imagining tentacle anime with the girls, and just then, Hahari's hair break through the door and grab Kurumi. Others can't help her, so they start running, but Hahari's hair tentacles are faster. Kuzuri hands over a medicine to Shizuka, and then sacrifices herself to buy them time to run. But it is not enough, and the tentacles attack them from behind. Hikari sacrifices herself too, and as the rest of the group runs out, they see that all the girls in the school are being attacked by Hahari. They get into the car and try taking off, but Hahari holds them back. Kara and Ikkyu decide to push the car so that it escapes Hahari's grasp. Once the car leaves, Kara hits Ikkyu over and she lands on the car's roof, but when she sees the hair trying to block the gate, she volunteers to stop them. Soon, the car is out of the school, but by this time, the entire city is under attack from Hahari's hair. Nano suggests that they should get to the top of a tall building to survive, so Mei and Shizuka decide to be the decoys. Shizuka drinks the bunny ear medicine to become even cuter, and Hahari focuses on her. while Nano and Mimi help the injured Ren climb to the rooftop. However, they are in for the greatest shock of their lives when they see that the entire earth has been covered by Hahari's hair. Nano decides to cut the hair till they reach Hahari, and Mimi assists her by brushing them straight to make them easy to cut. While they work hard, Ren curses himself for getting injured. Suddenly, the hair surround him, and as his girls try to save him, they get caught. Luckily, Mei and Shizuka arrive there with a chopper just then because they were able to dodge the hair thanks to Shizuka's enhanced hearing. Nano and Mimi tell Ren to leave them behind because they are already trapped, and say that he is the only person who can stop this catastrophe. Ren gets on the rooftop and tells Mei to take him straight to the eye of the storm. He leaps towards Hahari, confident that her hair will try to save him from the fall, and once he reaches her, he can save her in return. However, he takes too much damage and loses consciousness, but luckily, Hahari's ex comes in clutch and sends him back to his body so that he can solve this problem. Ren awakens right in front of Hahari and kisses her to bring her back to her senses. She starts crying as she says that she saw everything that her hair did, and Ren tells her that it is not her fault. He tells her that she can make things right because she still has the power to control her hair. Hahari does that and sends a giant tower of her hair towards the sun to give it more fuel to burn brightly. With that, Ren cuts off her excess hair and everything returns to normal, but Hahari gets depressed about the mess she caused. She locks herself in her room and stops eating. But then Ren goes to meet her and shows her the news that says that no one was injured in the hair incident and most people actually liked it. Moreover, it gave the sun the necessary fuel to prevent an ice age. Ren tells Hahari that she saved the world, so she shouldn't be sad, and just then, the rest of the harem also arrives there to cheer her up in their own ways. A couple days later, as Ren is heading back home, he sees a classmate named Kakyur walking next to him. He knows nothing about her because she doesn't interact with anyone. Suddenly, strong winds start blowing and Kakyur panics as she tries to hide her face with her bangs. Ren notices a signboard heading towards her at deadly speed, so he jumps on her and saves her. However, in doing that, he gets to see Kakyur's hidden eyes, and the soulmate shock hits both of them. Once they get up, Kakyur thanks him for saving him and apologizes for being so shy that she can't let anyone see her face behind her bangs. Ren says that it is a shame because her eyes were really pretty, and Kakyur gets so shy on hearing that she vanishes, leaving a stuffed toy behind. Ren freaks out and wonders when did girls in his anime go to train in Konoha village. The next day, he finds another stuffed toy in his locker along with a letter from Kakyur who wanted to thank him again. Ren thanks her for the toy as soon as he enters the class, but Kakyur drops the toy she was knitting and vanishes. No matter where he tries to meet her, she vanishes, leaving behind the toy as her substitute, so he goes to his girls for advice. They tell him that Kakyur is said to be really pretty and curvy, but she is also very shy, and Ren realizes that his actions make her self-conscious, which is not good for her. So instead of getting close to her, he talks to her from around the corner and apologizes for trying to talk to her even though she said she was shy. However, Kakyur reveals that she is not hiding because of that, and she is actually in love with him. She freaks out on realizing what she just said and vanishes again. But turns out she just went to the classroom next to her. She tells Ren that she can use the art of misdirection very well because she saw Kuroko's basketball. She says that she is too shy to be anyone's girlfriend and asks Ren to forget about her. He refuses and says that he loves her too, and that makes Kakyur freak out. She vanishes and Ren searches the entire school for her, but doesn't find any clue. He realizes that Kakyur is hiding somewhere he can never spot her, and that is right behind his back. He turns around to see a stuffed toy in air, and that proves his theory. So he keeps looking around like he got possessed until Kakyur gets tired and hides behind a curtain. It's easy for Ren to find her now, and he tells her that he will find her no matter where she hides, so she should become his girlfriend. Kakyur accepts his words, but just then, her hooks come off, revealing her jiggle physics, and she vanishes once again. The next day, Ren introduces her to his harem, and she hides behind him as she gives them the stuffed toys she made for them. Kuzuri and Ikkyu start praising her, which makes her shy, so she vanishes, which gives Ren an idea. He announces a school-wide game of hide and seek, and Hahari adds that the winner gets to kiss Ren. Ren decides to be the seeker and says anyone he finds will join his team. The girls hide as soon as he gives the signal, and after 5 minutes, Ren starts searching for them. Ikkyu and Mei are hiding below the roof while testing their physical limits, and Ren walks right past them. Hakari and Kara pick the gym storeroom to hide and start fighting, but when they hear Ren coming, They hide in a box in the yin-yang position. They both start feeling good in that position and come out screaming, making them join Ren's team. They go to the chemistry lab and find Kuzuri and Mimi asleep inside a locker because it was too dark and cozy. Next, they go to the library storeroom where Shizuka and Nano are hiding in a box. After that, they go to the cafeteria where Hahari is clinging to Kirumi against her will. When they hear the Seekers coming, Hahari presses Kirumi against her bosom, and the glutton starts suckling on them because her favorite superhero is Homelander. Hahari feels so good, because of that she jumps and starts screaming, which leaves only Kakure, Ikkyu, and Mei. As the team searches for them, Nano spots a puddle of sweat on the ground, which leads them to find Ikkyu and Mei. Now only Kakure is left, but they have searched everywhere. Suddenly, the creepy vice principal passes them by, carrying a box filled with lost items. They notice her struggling a lot, so they think Kakure might be hiding in her box. She is not there, but Ren notices a stuffed toy and then the enlarged wig of the old hag. So he pulls out Kakure from her hair. The vice principal feels lighter and runs away with that, while Ren explains that he found out Kakure because of her soft toy. With that, he declares that Kakure won this game, and everyone tells her to go ahead and kiss Ren. She is too shy to do it, and Ren tells everyone that they will take their time with it. They start heading home with that, but then suddenly Ren turns around and kisses Kakure, saying that he wanted to kiss her before she got the time to be shy. However, Mimi asks him if he is talking to the toy on the floor because Kakure has already vanished. Soon after that, Kara has a dream where she is acting like a tsundere as usual, but that hurts Ren's feelings and he decides that he is not good enough to keep 11 girlfriends at once. Because of that dream, she stays on her guard all the time. When Ren tries to feed her special couple cookies the next day, she tells him that she is not going to split the bill instead of thanking him. This makes her feel really guilty, and she realizes that the more she is falling in love, the harder it is becoming for her to be honest with him. She sees that everyone else is being nice to him and each other and wonders why can't be more like them. She just sits silently as she watches Ikkyu and Kuzuri wrestling. But as Kuzuri pulls out a medicine to turn into her mature form, she discards it, saying that this is just anti-tsundere medicine. Kara is tempted to take it as she remembers her dream where Ren was running from her, but she is still hesitant. A little while later, Ikkyu tosses Kuzuri away, and she hits Kara. But surprisingly, she doesn't react angrily and says that it is alright. Suddenly, a bright orb of light appears above her head and Kuzuri says that these are the legendary tsundere rays that are leaving Kara's body because she drank the medicine. As the light disappears, Ren goes to help Kara up, and she takes her hand while thanking him. This drives everyone crazy because this is not the Kara they know. She has completely changed, and Kuzuri realizes that she can beat the non-tsundere Kara in a sumo match. Ren realizes that Kara's super strength came from her tsundere mentality, and Ikkyu decides to test his theory. She asks Kara to spank her as hard as she can with her bat, but she hits like a girl, disappointing Ikkyu. Kara becomes a bit shy and honest and asks Kakure to teach her crocheting too, while Hakari says that she likes the new Kara a lot more than the original version. But Ikkyu thinks otherwise because she misses being hit hard. Others also agree that the old Kara was rude and violent, but she was also kind, and that is what made her unique. Kuzuri decides to make a medicine to turn her into a tsundere again, but Kara refuses to take it because she thinks that she is better now. Ren gently holds her hand and takes her for a walk. Kara says that she loves holding hands with him, but couldn't tell him before, and he replies that he knows it. He takes her to the clover field and says that the Kara he fell in love with was a tsundere, and he would like her back. However, if she truly feels that her new version is better, he will support her and love her all the same. Kara starts crying on hearing this and says that she wants to go back to her original version, and that gives Kuzuri the excuse to make tsunderifying medicine. However, even after drinking that, Kara doesn't return to normal because the tsundere energy from her body has already been lost. Kuzuri thinks it is impossible to change things now, but Ren refuses to give up. Meanwhile, Hahari says that the change might distress Kara's parents, so she invites her over, and fearing that she has ulterior motives, Ren tags along. He tries to stop Hahari from taking the innocent Kara to bath together, and they start making out. In the end, Hahari goes to bathe alone, and Ren is left with Kara and Hakari, his two original girlfriends. Ren thinks that if they can stimulate Kara's inner tsundere, she might return. So they do things to embarrass her, but nothing works, and she simply says that she feels good. The next day, Ren gathers everyone at the rooftop because he has an idea. He says that according to Kuzuri's theory, everyone emits some amount of tsundere energy, so they all have to drink anti-tsundere medicine to release theirs, and then Kara can absorb it by drinking tsunderifying medicine. However, it is risky and can lead to her violent death. So Ren decides to filter the tsundere energy through his body to make it safe for Kara. Shizuka is worried about Kirumi because she is their second best tsundere, but Kusuri says that her condition is related to her hunger pangs, so she should be safe. With that, Ren starts collecting tsundere energy like he is building a spirit bomb to fight Frieza. Hikari goes first, saying that it's not like she wants to make babies with him, and Ren takes a hit on hearing that. Hikari feels the tsundere energy leaving her body. And after that, all the girls take turns acting like tsunderes. Everyone hits Ren in the heart because he knows they are not being honest, but when the deadpan Nano says that it's not like time spent with him has any meaning, he begins to doubt if she is being a tsundere or just herself. Anyway, he gathers the tsundere energy from 10 people, which is equal to the energy that Kara lost yesterday. Ren tries to give it to her, but he can barely hold it together as the weight pushes him down. Kara tells him to take it easy, and he blurts out that it's not like he is doing it for her. He apologizes to Kara for saying that and realizes that this is how she must feel because of all the tsundere energy pushing her. He thinks that she is amazing to handle it all every day, and she can be honest despite this energy. He takes motivation from her memories and sends the tsundere energy towards her, and she starts screaming in pain as the energy enters her body. Everyone cheers her on, and with their support, Kara returns to being a tsundere. Everyone rushes to hug her, but she hits them all away, and they start celebrating that they got the original Kara back. She timidly thanks them all, and they think that maybe she is not back fully yet. But that pisses Kara off, and she tells them that she is never thanking them again. After that, the girls start talking about their first meeting with Ren and how much they love him. But they realize that they haven't been saying the 3 magical words too often lately. Just then, Ren returns to the rooftop after helping a teacher carry 10,000 boxes, and Kusuri hugs him and says that she loves him because he supports her obsession with chemicals and volunteers to be her lab rat. Nano says that she loves Ren because of how efficiently he makes sure he treats all his girlfriends with equal love. He starts crying on hearing this, and one by one, all the girls tell Ren how wonderful he is and how much they appreciate him. Ren cries so much on hearing that he creates a freaking rainbow, and he begins listing all the things he loves about his girlfriends, which is more text than his entire syllabus. A few days later, Ren takes all his girls shopping, and while he visits the bathroom, the anchor of a famous love talk show comes there to ask girls about sweet and spicy details of their love life. She immediately spots a large group of girls that makes it really convenient for her to get a lot of content at once, while Ren's girlfriends are just having a good time, and they have a bunch of new girls that he got off screen. As the host walks up to them and introduces herself, Hikari is the first one to react because she is a fan of the show. The host then asks if any ladies here have a boyfriend, and all of them raise their hands to affirm. The host is shocked because she was not expecting all the girls to have a boyfriend they were proud of in this economy. She immediately starts asking them about a romantic incident that happened with their boyfriend recently, and the first one she questions is Hikari. Hikari replies that during a date, her heels broke, but before she could fall, her boyfriend swooped in to catch her and lifted her in his arms. The host is impressed to hear about this, but then Hikari says that after that, her guy carried her in his arms for the rest of the date. This confuses the host, and she wonders if the guy was just using the mature mommy as his arms day training. But then she moves to her next target. She goes to Kakyur because she thinks that the experiences of a shy girl will be more relatable to her audience. Kakyur nervously says that a few days ago, her bra hook came off, but her boyfriend held it shut the entire day. The host thinks that they are a big-time PDA couple and asks why didn't he just use safety pins. Kakyur replies that she is built different and safety pins have got nothing on her, so her boyfriend went plus ultra to hold her hooks in place the entire day. The host can't believe this and asks Kakyur what is she packing under her top, and she gets so flustered that she vanishes, leaving a soft toy behind. Next, the host asks Shizuka about her story, and she reveals how her boyfriend wanted to support her love of reading, so he wrote lines from her favorite stories on his body until he was fully covered in them. The host is concerned because that honestly sounds cursed, and moves to Nano next. Nano says that she was crossing a bridge with her boyfriend when he noticed her fear of heights. The host expects something sensible like he held her hand to comfort her, but instead learns that he gave her a ride across the river while he did butterfly strokes. The host is having a hard time keeping up and turns to one of the new additions to Ren's harem. She is a foreigner who says that she wanted to be a cowboy all her life, but she couldn't ride a horse even if her life depended on it. So her boyfriend volunteered to join the horse riding school with her, and in the end, he became her first rodeo. Suddenly, Hikari declares that she also wants to ride her boyfriend all night. But the host doesn't pay any attention to her and asks the 7-feet basketball player instead. The girl shyly says that her boyfriend has a big heart and he agreed to go out with someone like her when no other guy is interested. She talks about how she was about to fall on a bug and crush it, but her boyfriend protected the bug, even though he broke many bones while catching her. After that, the host finally moves to Hikari, while Ikkyu decides to fill in for Ren and follows the basketball player in case she falls and crushes anyone else. Hikari says that a few weeks earlier, she laid out a trap in a room so that she could seduce her boyfriend and spend steamy time with him. But he resisted the temptations, which made her realize how much he cherished her. The host is impressed and asks if her boyfriend shut his eyes close with superglue or something, and Hikari replies that he just banged his head against the wall till he passed out. Next, the host asks Kara about her experiences, and she says that a few days ago, she bashfully hit her guy and injured him, but he didn't mind a bit. However, the injury was compound fractures all over his body, and the host thinks this is a domestic violence case. She then asks Mimi about her experiences, and she talks about how a cup of tea slipped from her hands and was about to stain her dress, but her boyfriend drank every last drop of tea before it fell. Next, she goes to the purple-haired Loli, who says that she is an aspiring massage therapist and wanted a practice dummy. So her boyfriend worked hard and got the good old Popeye arms to help her. The host is at her wit's end right now, and she wonders if this is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure verse, because every boyfriend here is straight up crazy. She asks the other girls, including a nerd who talks about how her boyfriend ran through forests and mountains to get her glasses back. For Kirimi, he fought wild boars to get a rare mushroom. Ikkyu says that her boyfriend is worried about her being a masochist, so he faced pain himself to find the limits of the human body. And Kusuri says that her guy acts as her personal guinea pig. The host's flabber is gasted by now, and her last hope is Mei. She says that her boyfriend prepared a surprise for her when they went on a date to help her open her eyes. That surprise was dressed up as Frieza the entire time, and the host can't take it anymore. She begins looking around for a normal person to salvage the show, and her luck brings her to Ren, a healthy and wholesome looking teenager. She asks him about his girlfriend, hoping that he is not dating a monster. But when Ren lists the qualities of all his girlfriends one by one, the host says that he is also dating a monster. Ren gets offended on hearing this and breaks the camera, and the love god, who is watching the episode, begins asking about the new girls because even he didn't see Ren including them in his harem, and curses the director for messing up the manga storyline. A few days after that, Ren goes to his uncle Hiro's place, whom he once saved from becoming Truck Kun's victim. Hiro has asked Ren to watch over his daughter Chiyo, and Ren is sure that there is no danger of his little cousin turning out to be a soulmate. He is proven wrong the moment the door opens, and he locks eyes with Chiyo, and he starts sweating, wondering if the story is really going in this direction. Anyway, Chiyo introduces herself, and Ren recalls that she was in the interview scene earlier, but the girl tells him that it was not canon. She tells him to come inside, but just then, a bunch of BB pallets scatter on the floor, and Ren slips on them. He accidentally falls on top of Chiyo, but before the PDF accusations click in, he throws himself at the wall across the street. Chiyo comes to check up on him, but then she gets fidgety and mad because she has stage 4 OCD, and she can't bear it when things are disorderly. Right now, it is Ren's shirt that has been untucked, and Chiyo decides to do it because it makes her mad. Ren asks her to stop because something will rise if she continues. However, she is not happy even after he tucks in his shirt because it is wrinkled. Once she sorts it out, she immediately apologizes for losing her cool, but Ren says that it's alright. They go inside the house where Chiyo makes tea for him and then start studying. Ren compliments her for being so hardworking and responsible, and she replies that she has to do her best because she is the class rep. Ren begins to wonder if this girl even needs a babysitter when he accidentally spills tea on himself, and Chiyo gets mad again. Ren goes to take a bath while Chiyo searches for a towel, and he apologizes for causing so much trouble for her. Chiyo replies that she is used to it while living with her dad, who is a single father. Ren starts feeling bad for Chiyo, who has to be responsible when she should be a child. Suddenly, the boiler gets unplugged and Ren starts shivering because the water is too cold. Chiyo goes to check out the boiler room, but she can't open the door, so she asks Ren to get out and wear his clothes to get some warmth. Ren still can't get over the cold and keeps shivering, and Chiyo feels guilty because she was supposed to entertain the guest and not make him suffer. So she does the only thing she can to warm him up and hugs him to transfer some body warmth. Ren is moved by her gesture and tells Chiyo that she is really kind and responsible, but the lowly nerd doesn't like those words anymore because she has heard them too many times from people who don't want to work as hard as her. Then suddenly, Ren pats her head and tells her that she doesn't have to try so hard because she is still in the first year of middle school and she should be more carefree. Chiyo is shocked because no one has said those things to her before, and Ren says that she is trying to fill big shoes by telling herself that she is a class rep and a responsible daughter. But she needs to be a child more often. His words break something inside Chiyo. She remembers how she started fixing small things because of her OCD, and people praised her for being responsible and sensible. The praise made her happy initially, but soon, it became her entire character trait. She started feeling like she had to live up to everyone's expectations, and now she wonders how Ren can point out something that no one else has noticed about her before. She hugs him tightly, and both she and Ren realize that they are going down the Sweet Home Alabama route, which is wrong and unacceptable. Suddenly, a robot arm takes off her glasses and Chiyo starts panicking when her vision becomes blurred. Ren asks her if she is alright, and she suddenly starts crying like a baby. She suddenly tells Ren that she loves him, and he wonders what is up with her sudden personality change. Suddenly, he hears Hiro's voice, asking how does he like his elaborate setup to match them. Ren looks up and wonders what is going on to find Hiro with the mechanical arm and a bottle of BB pallets. He declares that he planned all of this, from the BB pallets at the entrance to the falling cup, to the boiler breaking, and to stealing his daughter's glasses. Ren asks him why did he do all that, and Hiro gets cranky, saying that Chiyo is his dear daughter and he wants the best boy in the world to become her boyfriend. He explains that initially he wanted Ren to meet Chiyo after they both were adults so that things don't get awkward between them. But then he saw Ren surrounded by baddies, and that got him worried, so he had to take action quickly. Hiro thinks that all the girls around Ren means he is a player and doesn't have a girlfriend yet. But Ren drops the bomb on him by revealing that all the girls in the group are his girlfriends. Hiro can't believe that, but either way, he tells Ren that Chiyo is his responsibility now. He starts crying as he asks Ren to date his daughter, but he simply puts Chiyo's glasses back, and she becomes normal. She starts panicking because she confessed to her cousin on the first meeting, but then Ren apologizes to Hiro because he can't date Chiyo like this. Hiro asks him to say psych, but he doesn't, and instead tells Hiro that it's wrong for him to push Chiyo to date someone she has barely met. He says that real love is free from all chains of this world and it belongs only to lovers, which is what makes it beautiful and precious. While Hiro throws a tantrum, Ren's words move Chiyo. She tells him that she loves him and wants to go out with him, and it is not because of her father's scheme. She knows that it sounds wrong to date your cousin, but even then she wants to date Ren. Well, Ren decides to break free of the shackles of family and accepts Chiyo as his girlfriend even though she is his cousin. The next day, Ren introduces his cousin and girlfriend Chiyo to his harem, and while Hahari starts praying to the gods for this wonderful gift, Kara panics and asks Ren to think about the consequences. Ren tells her that the last episode aired without any problems, and the production committee of the anime will handle things if they get tricky with the censor bureau. Meanwhile, Hikari welcomes Chiyo to the gang, but as soon as the lowly nerd sees her short skirt, her OCD kicks in and she starts tugging at it to correct it. Ren explains how things are with Chiyo to Hikari, who reluctantly agrees to fix her skirt's length to get Chiyo off her. Once she is done, she is appalled by how she looks because now she can't use her thick and juicy thighs to seduce Ren. However, she gets an idea and stumbles towards him, saying that she can't walk in this short skirt. She uses this excuse to cling to Ren, and that gets Kara mad, who asks her to stop pretending. Chiyo notices Kara next, who doesn't want to fix her skirt's length. However, the skirt is the least of Chiyo's worries because Kara's whole uniform is disorderly. Once she is done fixing it, Kara looks really awkward and cautious, and then Chiyo moves on to her next target. She points out Mimi's eyelash extension, and Mimi begs her to let it slide this once because long eyelashes are very important for pretty girls. Chiyo doesn't listen to her and snatches off her eyebrows, causing Mimi to scream and run away. Next, Chiyo tells Kakure that her bangs are too long and forcibly puts them back with a hairband. Kakure hides her eyes with her hands, but luckily Shizuka comes with a pair of sunglasses. Kakure immediately wears them and looks like she works for the mafia. Just then, Chiyo tells Shizuka that her hair is unkempt and tries to comb it straight, even though Shizuka says that her hair are naturally curvy. She manages to comb her hair straight, but unfortunately that doesn't hold for long and Shizuka returns to her normal messy hair immediately. Kirumi says that is cool af, but that pisses off Chiyo because one should not swear at school. She tells Kirumi to respect Shizuka because she is her senior, and she reluctantly agrees to do it. However, Chiyo is not happy at her attitude and keeps nagging at her, which somehow reminds the glutton of hot dogs, and she starts starts craving it. Luckily, Nano has a mini whiner left in her lunchbox and Kurumi is so hungry that size doesn't matter to her anymore. Chiyo finds fault in this too and tells Nano to eat her own lunch, but she replies that she is already full so eating more won't be efficient. Chiyo tells her to be grateful to the animal that died to become her food, but Nano says it is too dead to receive a letter of thanks. She shuts down Chiyo's argument about heaven by saying it is not proved scientifically, but Chiyo has a video of angels lifting Ren's soul after he was overwhelmed by the cuteness of his girlfriends. Nano is utterly defeated on seeing the video, and she falls to her knees as she starts eating the sausage. She thanks the pig who died for the sausage, but she is about to throw up any moment, so Kuzuri rushes in with a medicine that makes puke rainbow colored. Chiyo confiscates the dangerous drug from her and then asks her to turn over everything she has. After collecting like 20 test tubes full of Kuzuri's medicines, Chiyo refuses to give them back and Kuzuri starts having withdrawal symptoms. Mei rushes to find some medicines that can calm her down, but Chiyo stops her too. Ren thinks that there is nothing Chiyo can find on the perfect maid, but luckily, she has a video of her driving with eyes closed, which is reckless and illegal. Mei's eyes open wide in shock on hearing this, but when she tries opening them again, she can't manage to do it. Ikkyu has an idea to make her open her eyes, which is to play rock paper scissors with Hahari, and the loser gets spanked by a baseball bat. She says that if Hahari is about to be hurt, Mei will open her eyes, and the pervy mommy immediately takes up that offer. Ikkyu loses the first round because she can only throw rock while holding the baseball bat, and she gets ready for a spanking. However, Hahari's inner pervert awakens on seeing Ikkyu propped up before her, so she drops the bat and uses her hands instead, delivering a 100-hit combo that leaves them both smiling and satisfied. Chiyo is really frustrated at them and says that their existence itself is a problem and ties them up like mummies, but knowing the two perverts, they probably enjoy it. Ren asks Chiyo to give them a break this time and only issue a warning. He says that as a boyfriend he wants to do the right things and asks her if there is anything he needs to fix. Chiyo tells him that his biggest problem is that he is 12 timing, and that response knocks Ren out. He says that he loves his girlfriends so much that he can't choose one, and Chiyo is happy that she got everyone on the straight and narrow. But when she opens her eyes and sees everyone suffering because of her excessive discipline, she wonders if this is what she wanted when suddenly, Mimi runs past her, and a push makes her drop her glasses. That causes her crybaby personality to kick in, and she starts crying that she messed things up for everyone. Ren hears her crying and immediately puts her glasses back on her face, and the first thing she sees is all of Ren's harem staring at her in concern. He explains to them that Chiyo is alright, and she just gets anxious when her glasses are removed. Everyone is relieved to hear that she is fine, and Chiyo realizes that even though everyone was suffering because of her, they rushed to help her when they saw her in distress. She realizes that they were not messed up people and it was just her thinking. She feels guilty for making them suffer and apologizes to them, saying that there was nothing wrong with them, and it is her fault for not taking the time to know them. She starts crying as she says that she is sorry, and everyone pities the new girl for not knowing how quirky everyone around here is. Hakari takes this chance and kisses Ren, shocking Chiyo, who asks her why she kissed him so abruptly. Hakari explains that things might seem strange to outsiders, but this is how the Rentaro family rolls. She asks Kara to support her statement, and she gets embarrassed but kisses Ren. After that, all the girls kiss him one by one, and Chiyo begins to understand that this stuff is normal here. She starts getting the urge to become one of Ren's girls, and she says that she also wants to kiss him. Ren walks up to her, kneels on the ground, and then kisses her. Chiyo doesn't feel anything disorderly about kissing, and she thinks that Ren's harem is not messed up. However, all the girls in the harem know and accept that they are messed up, but they manage to gaslight Chiyo into believing they are normal, or at least pretending that there is nothing wrong with them. Later that day, Kakure heads to the rooftop and finds Mimi coming along too. Suddenly, the girls around them begin marveling at Mimi's beauty, but Kakure is more impressed by how elegantly she handles all the attention. Mimi says that it is because she is comfortable in her skin, and it would be awkward for her if people didn't stare at her beauty. Kakure says that she could never be like her when suddenly, someone starts clicking their pictures from across the corner. Kakure panics and hides behind Mimi, while the photographer comes out in the open and introduces herself as Toru, the school newspaper editor. She is not interested in Mimi but in Kakure, who says that Toru wants to cover her for the school newspaper and doesn't give up even though she has refused many times. Toru says that she can't let go of the mysterious girl with big bangs, and she immediately got to work on her dream project. She got all the information she could about Kakure, but no matter how hard she tried, the girl kept vanishing from sight before she could get her picture. She declares that she has worked hard for weeks and finally becomes strong enough to take Kakure's picture. She then dashes ahead, using paparazzi breathing. Sixth form, no consent photograph, and manages to click a picture of the ever-elusive Kakure. The next day, Kakure's face makes it to the front page of the school newspaper, and the entire harem is fuming that the school newspaper posted the pictures without consent. Just then, Ren arrives at the rooftop and Kara is furious at him for being late when his girlfriend is having a crisis. However, Ren was already 2 steps ahead of everyone, and he has confiscated every last issue of the newspaper. And he plans to wipe everyone's memory clean like he is in Men in Black or something. He says that publishing an article without consent is assault, and he will deal with the newspaper club later. But when he learns that Toru plans to get a glimpse of Kakure's face next, he pulls out a torch to burn her newspaper club. However, Hahari stops him and asks him to let her handle things as the school's director. She summons Toru to her office and tries to threaten her that if she publishes another article without someone's consent, she will disband the newspaper club. However, she learns the hard way that one should never threaten a journalist because Toru has pictures of Ren kissing his girlfriends, including Hahari. Toru says that if people find out that the school director and her daughter are lusting after the same guy, things are not going to end well for everyone involved. That forces Hahari to accept defeat, and she is devastated that a high schooler blackmailed her. Ren decides to take matters into his own hands and swears that he will protect Kakure all the time, and if he sees anyone pointing a camera at her, he will break it. The girls also volunteer to protect Kakure's privacy, but Kakure thinks that they shouldn't have to shoulder this burden for her. She tells them that Toru was talking about how she went on a training arc to click a photo of her, and she thinks that if she goes on a training arc as well, she can become better at dodging cameras. EQ likes the idea of training, and Hahari says that she knows the best thing to train Kakure. That thing is a bunny girl suit that embarrasses the living daylights out of Kakure, and she vanishes while everyone is glaring at her. EQ realizes that training works best when you push yourself to the limit, so she decides to do it too. While Shizuka spots a hump in Mei's skirt and finds Kakure hiding there, Mei vanishes as soon as she is seen, and Shizuka gets an eyeful of Mei's spotless whites that leave them both embarrassed. Meanwhile, Nano sees someone hiding inside Kusuri's coat, but when she goes ahead to check it, it turns out to be Hahari, who is just taking advantage of the confusion. Meanwhile, Kakure hides behind Kara, but Hikari spots her, so she becomes Kurumi's shadow. When she is discovered, she hangs from the railing to hide, but people find her there too, and she continues her ninja training till she is exhausted. She feels that her misdirection isn't getting any better, and she is wasting everyone's time. She apologizes to everyone and says that maybe she can't do it after all. EQ tells her that a true player never gives up until the final whistle, but Mimi stops her and tells Kakure to look at her. She is wearing Kakure's clothes and asks her what does she think about her in them. Kakure says that she looks beautiful, and Mimi knows that the shy girl made this dress herself. She asks her to have more confidence in herself because she can create beautiful things like these. That gives Kakure the push she needed, and she gets ready to face her fears. The next day, she meets Toru in the hallway again. But this time, she doesn't hide. Toru opens the windows to blow her bangs away, and then Kakure starts running in the opposite direction. Toru uses her full concentration paparazzi breathing to get ahead of her and clicks a picture, but when she checks what she has got, she finds Mimi in the picture instead of Kakure. She tries once again, but the result is the same, and instead of Kakure, Mimi is flaunting her beauty in the picture. No matter what Toru does, she can't get a picture she wants. And at the end, she gives up but tells Mimi she is going on the cover of the next newspaper. Once she leaves, Kakure thanks Mimi for helping her, and just then Ren also comes there to check if his plan worked. Last night, when Mimi was giving Kakure the pep talk, Ren realized that misdirection involves diverting attention to something more eye-catching. He realized that he had the biggest attention craver in his harem, so he told Kakure to use Mimi as a diversion instead of her plushies. Mimi says that it is natural that everyone's attention would go to her, and Kakure thanks her once again. Mimi asks her to stop being so humble when suddenly, a gust of wind blows her hair to the side, and Mimi is astonished to see how pretty Kakure is under those bangs. She begs her to show her face again and tell her the secrets of her beauty, but Kakure can't take the attention and immediately vanishes once again. A couple days later, Ren and his girls discuss how their Japanese teacher won a lottery and quit her job, and Nano says that 78% of people want to get rich quickly and then retire. However, Hikari is confident that most of those people will lose their money in a year and then run back to their old job. Either way, Ren is eager to meet their new Japanese teacher, and the girls hope that she is a nice person. Nano just wants her to have some common sense on how to handle a class, but Kara thinks that they are going to get the greatest expert on the Japanese language instead. Shizuka says that maybe they will get a samurai with the classic top knot. But as the door opens and the new teacher shows up, everyone's dreams are shattered. The new teacher cheerfully introduces herself as the American cowboy Natty and tells everyone that she is going to be their new Japanese teacher in a thick accent that is neither Japanese nor American. The entire class is stunned silent on seeing Natty, and she asks them if they think she should be teaching democracy and freedom instead of Japanese. Kara can't deny that, but Natty tells her that you shouldn't judge a gun by its holster. She says that the Constitution doesn't say that American people can't teach Japanese or that they have to dress modestly. She declares that she is here from the land of freedom to teach them how to be free, but Kara tells her to just do her job and teach them Japanese. Moreover, she asks Natty why her English sounds weird, and she replies that it is because she is such a fluent native speaker that non-natives can't even understand her. Kara is about to throw her out of the class, but Ren asks her to stop. Natty thanks him, calling him Eyebrow Boy because that is the first thing she notices about him right before coming down to his eyes. The two of them get the soulmate shock and keep staring at each other, which triggers Kara's spider sense, and she realizes that something is wrong. Natty starts blushing and tells Ren to stay after class for some extra lessons because she keeps getting distracted by his eyebrows that remind her of American highways. Kara yells at her to go back to her country. But anyway, when the school day ends, Ren stays back for the extra class. To his surprise, Natty sits on the same desk as him, not giving him any space, and he turns red from embarrassment. He asks her if she doesn't think she is sitting too close, and Natty tells him this is how teachers teach in America. She holds him even tightly with that, and Ren starts tweaking, telling her that this ain't America. Natty asks him if he doesn't like these one-on-one lessons with her, and Ren can't say no to that. Natty buries his face in her bosom on hearing this, which makes Ren freak out, and he falls on the ground. Natty tells him not to overreact because this is how they greet people in America. She then holds his face and says that he must be really shy before locking lips with him without any warning. Ren's brain starts working now, and then Natty says that she seems to have fallen in love with him at first sight. She gets sad as she says that she knows it is wrong because he is a student, but then immediately changes her mood to declare that she believes in freedom and she is going to do whatever she wants. She asks Ren to go out with her, but instead of giving her a response, he asks her if she is just pretending to be American because she seems very Japanese to him. Natty starts sweating buckets on hearing that, and Ren says that her Japanese is good enough to be a teacher in Japan. So he thought that she was an American otaku. However, she is obsessed with American culture instead, and her English is very unique, which made him realize that she was a poser. However, the bigger clue was that she proposed to him, and Americans don't do just proposals like this. They just hang out and hook up for weeks before asking, "What are we?" And since Natty didn't do that, Ren is sure she is not an American. Natty can't lie her way out of it, and she accepts those allegations, saying that she has never been in love before, so she didn't know how to react. She admits that her real name is Nechiko, and she loved America, so she wanted to be an English teacher. However, her English was awful, so she couldn't get the job. Ren asks how did she even get a job here, and Natty replies that she showed up at Hahari's office declaring she wanted to be a teacher, and she gave her the job because she was cute. As for coming from America, Natty says that she was there for like 5 minutes before she came back. She starts trembling as she realizes that this lie might end everything for her. She remembers her childhood in her traditional Japanese family that expected her to wear a kimono each day and learn traditional instruments because she was supposed to carry her family legacy forward. When she didn't perform well, her mother locked her in a storeroom and told her that she was a disgrace to all Japanese people. Natty was hurt and didn't want to live like her parents wanted. She was uncomfortable in a kimono and hated the lessons, and wondered just why did she have to endure it all. Suddenly, she saw a Hollywood movie tape on the floor, and when she played it, she found kids watching TV by themselves while eating pizza and drinking cola. Natty was mesmerized to see the kind of freedom people have in America. So she dyed her hair, got new clothes, and turned her personality around to get kicked out of her house. She was scared about her future, but she still flipped the bird to her parents and came to the school to seek a job. But now she fears that she is going to lose that too. She thinks that Ren will never date a liar like her, but he apologizes for asking too many questions, saying that he just wanted to know her better since they are going to be together from now on. Natty can't believe that and asks him if he doesn't feel ashamed to take someone like her as his girlfriend. Ren says that he finds nothing shameful about her because she knows what she wants to be and she is not afraid of expressing herself. He says that she is a wonderful person whom he would like to date, and Natty has tears in her eyes. She thinks that he is her hero who wants to protect her freedom. But instead of telling him that he is her Captain America, She declares that she is Captain America. With that, Ren takes Natty to his harem and asks them to accept his newest girlfriend. Kara has personal issues against Natty, who says that she is impressed by how free-thinking people are here. One thing she is not impressed by, however, is that they all dress the same. She says that it is not the American spirit because they should dress in ways that reflect their uniqueness. Hahari loves the idea and announces that she will sponsor any dress the girls want, and everyone becomes a fashion designer for themselves. Nano finishes her assignment first, but she has drawn blocks in the name of a dress and Natty rejects that. She rejects everyone's ideas and then asks Ren, May and Kakyur, who are not even drawing anything. Ren says that his girls like him the way he is. May says that she got the maid outfit from Hahari, so she can't change it, and Kakyur likes her uniform because it keeps her stealthy. Natty objects to that and says that this is not true freedom. She tells them to let their hearts run wild, but keeps banning whatever they pick, because that is not the freedom she wants for them, which is very American. Anyway, the dresses get ready the very next day, thanks to the power of Hahari's money, and then she tries to dress up all the girls by herself. In the end, everyone is wearing light purple robes like they belong to some satanic cult, but that is only to create suspense before they reveal their outfit. They draw lots to determine the order, and May gets the first spot. She reveals her choice of dress is an animal suit that comes with a tail that wags according to her mood. Everyone is blown away by this, but Natty is bored and doesn't even react to it. Next, Shizuka reveals the outfit she chose, turning herself into a Disney princess. Natty's reaction is still the same, and when Chiyo reveals her police uniform that makes Hahari want to get arrested, she still doesn't react. Next, Kirimi reveals a dress that is covered with macarons, and she is really embarrassed because she is going out of her comfort zone with this. The dress is fully functional too because the macarons are real and she starts eating them. It is Mimi's turn next, and she reveals that she is wearing an enormously large golden dress while standing on stilts to maximize her glamour. After that, Hikari dresses up like a gift with chocolate dripped all over so that Ren can eat her. Nano wears a tight swimsuit because it is elegant and efficient, while Ikkyu wears clothes with inbuilt resistance bands. Kuzuri is submerged in a huge jar of formalin, and Kakyur is wearing a schoolgirl uniform because she is trying to be bold and more confident in herself. Next up is Ren's turn, and like a true man he dresses up as the future king of the pirates, making his girls' hearts race. Ikkyu asks him why is he dressed like the pre-time skip Luffy though? And he replies that it is because he hasn't unlocked his haki yet. Next up, it is Kara's turn, but she is embarrassed to reveal the dress she picked, so Hikari takes off her robe to reveal a cute dress that makes Ren go crazy. Kara reacts to it in the only way she knows and punches him, but it doesn't hurt him because he is made out of rubber right now. After that, it is Hahari's turn, but she thinks that she shouldn't take the spotlight away from others. Kara can't let that happen, so she takes off her robe, revealing that Hahari is dressed like a girl from their school because if she wants to do anything with her freedom, it is being a high schooler with Ren. May's soul leaves her body on seeing this, but Nano manages to grab it and put it back inside. Meanwhile, everyone tells Hahari that she can still easily pull off being a high school girl, but Hikari feels embarrassed on seeing her mom cosplaying. After everyone is done displaying their costumes, Ren asks Natty what she thinks because she didn't look impressed by anyone. She still looks gloomy, and Ren says that at least one person must have met her expectations. She suddenly starts crying and says that they all have come so far from hiding under their uniforms to embracing their true selves. She declares that they are not just freethinkers but freedom avengers, which moves anyone even though they don't understand what exactly she means. Everyone thanks Natty for pushing them this far and making them realize what they really wanted to dress like. Ikkyu says that she never realized it was so hard to live life as she wants, and even Hahari says that she now understands that they have been suppressing their desires. Chiyo and Kirimi disagree with the two perverts who make others uncomfortable with their unsuppressed desires. Natty is so moved by everyone's reaction that she pulls out her old driver's license to let them know that she is actually a Japanese citizen. That shocks Kara, and Ren asks Natty if she is sure about it because she wanted to keep it a secret earlier. Natty replies that after seeing everyone live so freely, she wants to join the family, and she can't do that if she is keeping secrets from them. Everyone is moved on hearing this, and they rush to hug Natty, and after that, they start talking about each other's dresses. Natty feels happy on seeing this, and tells Ren that she feels like a weight has been taken off from her shoulders. She thanks him for seeing through her lies and making it all possible, and Ren moves ahead to kiss her, but unfortunately, their hats get in the way. A few days later, Hahari sees a commercial for an insurance company, but the only thing that sticks with her is the driver saying YOLO and driving off a cliff. So she decides to celebrate every moment of her life, and calls a meeting of Rentaro family at the rooftop to declare that they are going to have a spring school fest soon. That shocks Kara, who asks if she plans to throw a fest every season, and Hahari affirms. She adds that some big stars have agreed to perform at the fest, and everyone asks her to drop the names. Hahari tells them that she signed a popular idol group called TKG48, and everyone is excited because they are the best they can get. However, 1 week later, Hahari gets a call from the group's manager, saying that because of an accident during rehearsals, everyone got injured, and now not a single member of the group is fit to perform. Hahari can't believe that something so outrageous can happen, but she has no choice but to accept it and approach the girls in the harem to become idols for one day. Kara immediately lashes out at her, but Hahari explains that they don't have enough time to sign another idol group, and they need someone to fill the void. Kara understands that, but she wants to know why Hahari wants them to be idols. Well, Mimi thinks the exact opposite, and she steps up, ready to dazzle the audience with her beauty. Kuzuri is also ready to sing and dance on the stage, and Mei can't say no to an order from Hahari. Natty says that being an idol is about freedom, and that is the American way, so she is going to perform on the stage too. Kara tells them to think it through, but Ikkyu is also on board with the plan because dancing on stage takes a lot of stamina. Nano wants to make memories with her friends, and Chiyo is happy to help. Kara still tries to convince them that they can't do it in time, but when Ren starts crying tears of joy, saying that he can only imagine how cute his girls will look on stage, she folds and agrees to become an idol. Hikari has no reason to refuse the plan, and since everyone is already prepared, Kirimi also signs up for it. Hahari starts drooling as she hears that everyone is ready to become idols, but then Natty asks her if she is going to be a part of the group. Hahari replies that she just wanted to see all the girls on stage as idols, and the two foul-mouthed tsunderes of the group tell her that she is not going to walk away after setting them up. Just then, Shizuka says that she also wants to join that, and Kakure too, even though she is so shy that she has to hide behind Shizuka to say all that. She asks Hahari to put her in the back row, so that she doesn't get much attention, and Ren starts sobbing, saying that he knows they will put on the best show ever. He declares that he will do his best to support them. And with that, everyone is fired up to ace the performance. Their first step is taking dance classes with a former top idol named Tina. Kakure and Hikari start talking about how Tina is a famous dance coach now, who has a superb record when it comes to teaching new idols. Tina asks them if they know what is the key to an idol's success. Ikkyu immediately yells that it is hard work, but Tina speaks over her and says it is the quality of their performance. She gloats that she made it to the top of the idol world because of her high-quality performance, and that is what she is going to teach everyone. With that, she starts the training and immediately figures out that Nano and Mei have the greatest potential in the group because they can copy all dance moves quickly and perfectly. She also notices that Mimi radiates elegance from her entire body, and she naturally becomes the center of attention. As for Kara and Ikkyu, Tina thinks that they have a lot of stamina, and they seem to get better the more they practice. Compared to the previous girls who have some good qualities, Tina is furious at Shizuka, Kuzuri, and Chiyo because they are performing like kindergarten students. Well, they are still better off than Kirimi because she has gotten hungry after moving just a little bit, and she wants to eat something immediately to get energy. After that, Tina puts her attention on Hikari, Hahari, and Kakure, whose greatest assets have become their greatest weakness. They start feeling tired and heavy because of the jiggle physics, and Tina loses hope when she sees Natty, who is dancing like a traditional Japanese woman. All the girls are exhausted after dancing, and Ren comes there with towels and water for them. But Tina doesn't give them a break. She says they will do singing practice next, and she wants to see their singing quality. Shizuka sings first, and her cute voice immediately slams Ren and Hahari into the wall. Kakure is next, and somehow she sings even more quietly than Shizuka. Mimi sings like she is in the opera, and Natty sings in the ancient Japanese way, which drives Tina mad. She asks her why is she doing everything like a Japanese woman when she is an American. And that makes Natty really happy because at least somebody believes she is from the land of freedom. Once the singing practice ends, the dance practice begins, and Hahari falls on the ground because the jiggle physics finally overpowered her. She starts crying that she can't get up because her chest feels heavy, and Tina slaps her, telling her to get up. Mei can't let that slide, and she slaps Tina, leaving everyone stunned. Anyway, the practice resumes, and the girls work hard to improve their singing and dancing at the academy, as well as at home. Ren does his best to support them and draws posters to let everyone know that his girls are working hard. Soon, everyone begins getting better, and Tina thinks that while some are born with quality, others have stamina. Some people need food to keep going, while some are more suited to sitting in the audience. Some of them are cows, while some people have a Japanese spirit. As she thinks about them, Tina suddenly remembers her promise with her childhood friend. They shared the dream of becoming idols together, But her friend didn't have what it took to be an idol candidate. She got tired quickly, and their coach told her to never show her face around. That left Tina all alone, but her coach told her to aim higher, and she did so without complaining. That is how she became a top idol, and that is exactly what she plans to do with the girls in her care. She decides to give the 6-week performers a timeout, and they realize that they are holding the other girls back. Kakure says that it is all her fault, but Chiyo replies that they are in this together. Hahari and Shizuka fear that at this rate, they won't be able to put on a good show by the time the fest arrives. Hikari says that they should just give up and let the others handle the performance, and everyone agrees with her. They go to talk to Tina, and to their surprise, she has come up with the same idea. She tells the remaining 7 girls that if they want the program to succeed, it needs to be just them. She says that their high-quality performance will go to waste if they let the other 6 girls take part with them. Hahari and others are disappointed on hearing this, and they slowly close the door before being discovered. However, they stop in their tracks when all the girls inside refuse Tina's offer. They tell Tina that everyone has worked hard till now and they can't let it go to waste. Also, it will be more fun if all of them can perform together. Tina is furious on hearing this logic and says that if they perform with the others, they will ruin the entire show. Kirimi replies that their friends have always stood by their side and they should do the same for them. Kara adds that maybe they got so far in the first place only because their friends were here to support them. Tina can't accept their decision and says that if they want to make a fool of themselves on the stage, she resigns as their coach. Mei tells her to go ahead and the frustrated Tina walks off, slamming the door behind her. She is freaked out when she sees that the other girls were standing outside the entire time. And once she leaves, they step inside. Kara freaks out on realizing that they heard all the corny things they said, and Hikari starts imitating her to embarrass her even further. However, now they are worried about how to continue their preparations because they have no coach. Ren asks the girls not to worry because he would like to take that position from now on. He says that he watched their rehearsal videos till his phone's battery died, and he found a way to make the best use of everyone's unique qualities. He says that the best performers can take the center stage while the weak ones can handle singing roles instead. Both groups gladly accept this suggestion because they want to perform together. And with that, they begin their rehearsal again. Soon, the day of the fest comes and Ren is in tears as he gives his girls the pep talk. They get called to the stage and everyone is curious about them because they haven't heard of any idol group named Rentaro Family. The girls start performing to the best of their abilities, but some people from the audience get bored and decide to check other things out in the meantime. Gradually, more people start leaving, but Ren keeps cheering on his girls with his eyes closed. When he opens them, he finds the entire lot empty, and he is the only one watching them. He can't believe that no one stayed behind to see the hard work of his girls. When he hears some people discussing that the idol group TKG48 is here, everyone rushes to them to get autographs, and the girls hand out their autographs with their plastered hands. Turns out, it was Tina who brought them here by calling in a favor with the leader of the group. She wants to make sure that no one sees the low-quality performance of Ren's harem, and she is determined to show them how tough the world of idols can be. Ren still keeps cheering on his girls and hopes that at least one other person shows up. He can only hope that Hiro comes here for his daughter, and just then, he hears his voice. Hiro runs to him, beaten and bruised, while holding a big bundle behind him. Ren panics on seeing him like this and asks what happened, to which Hiro replies that he got hit by a tank on the way, but there is nothing that is going to stop him from seeing his daughter's performance. Well, Ren is glad that he is here because now they can execute their special trick they have practiced to pull a crowd. They attach the steel pipes that Hiro has brought and put their cutouts on them, so that they create an illusion that the girls have dozens of fans cheering for them. Ren thinks that if he and Hiro can act like 20 people cheering for the girls, more people will show up to reward them for their hard work. Turns out, they have more people who want to watch Rentaro Family's performance even without using such tricks. The Dino School baseball team and Gorilla Gang are here to watch the performance, and they feel they are a bit too late because it just ended. Hahari signals the girls to perform their second song, and they swear to do their best for Ren. As their fans start cheering for them, more and more people are drawn to the performance, and eventually Tina hears about it too. She immediately runs to see what is going on and how can the girls pull such a crowd. Tina is blown away by their performance, which is really awful technically, but she can feel that the girls are shining on the stage. She realizes this is the kind of show she wanted to put on stage with her best friend, and she immediately calls the idol group girls to stage to see it too. Eviron is awestruck by the show, and they keep talking about it long after it ends. Ren's girls catch their breath behind the stage after their performance, and he runs to them to tell what an amazing performance they gave. They immediately hug him. feeling proud and happy that their hard work paid off. The next day, they receive the news that a famous producer named Nakai wants to sign their idol group under his agency, and the girls are thrilled to hear this. They go to his office and Nakai tells them that they have what it takes to be the next global heartthrobs, but he has just one rule they need to follow. The girls are excited to hear it, but the moment Nakai says that they are not allowed to have a boyfriend, the room gets empty before he can even turn around. A couple days later, Ren goes to the gardening club in school, and the moment his eyes meet the tall gardener, he feels the soulmate shock. He wonders how should he react to this because right now, he is on a mission for his girlfriends. A few minutes ago, he was on the rooftop with his entire harem when he suddenly got an idea. He thought they would look extremely cute if they wore flower crowns, and as he was muttering out loud, Ikkyu heard him. She told him about a girl named Yasashi from her class who was in the gardening club and could help him, and that is what led him here. Now, Ren breaks out of his stupor and asks the tall green-haired girl if she can help him with finding flowers to make crowns for his girlfriends. The girl smiles at him and says that she will help him, but in return, he needs to help her with farm work. The slight lisp in her pronunciation triggers a cuteness attack in Ren's heart, and he agrees to help his latest soulmate. The girl then introduces herself as Yasashi, and Ren notices her cute butterfly-shaped hair clips. He is shocked when he sees that they are not hair clips, but actual butterflies who are sitting on the flowers in Yasashi's head. Ren immediately lets Yasashi know that her head is becoming a biosphere reserve, and she tells him that she knows it. She says that the flowers and the butterflies have been living in her hair for a long time, so she lets them live there. She talks about how the most crucial thing in this whole matter is to be careful while using shampoo. Ren realizes that Yasashi is really kind and she asks him to follow her. As he walks behind her, Ren notices that Yasa is walking on stilts, and he freaks out because if there is anyone in the world who doesn't need to be taller, it is her. Yasa tells him that she has got really big feet, so she fears that she might step on a bug or a seedling. So she uses stilts when she is in a place with lots of nature, once again winning Ren over with her kindness. After that, Ren helps her uproot weeds from the cabbage field and asks where to throw them away. Yasa is a bit offended on hearing that and tells him that they can't just dump the weeds anywhere because they are plants too. She tells him to plant them in the weed garden instead, and Ren is smitten yet again by her kindness. Just then, a pair of birds perch on her shoulder, and then some squirrels run to her as if she is a real-life Disney princess. And Ren realizes that even animals know how kind she is. As they are watering the plants, Ren tells that to Yasa, who tells him that it is nothing like that, and she just loves all parts of nature with her entire heart. Ren asks her how she fell in love with nature, and Yasa replies that she was always bullied for being a big girl. Boys in her class used to call her Godzilla and Beast Titan, and she could only cry about it. She used to hate herself back then. But one day, she saw a baby bird crying for help after it had fallen out of its nest. Yasa picked it up and climbed to its nest to put it back, and the mother bird was really relieved to see her baby back. That is when Yasa realized that she could use her big body to help others, and a couple days later, she shielded a lone flower from a storm. She started taking pride in her huge frame that allowed her to help nature. And now she loves nature because it taught her how to love herself. Ren starts to understand her now, when suddenly, he notices smoke all around him. He wonders what is going on, and when he sees a silhouette in the smoke, he thinks it is a wild animal, but it turns out to be the creepy vice principal, who is creating a smoke because she is too excited to go on patrol and hunt boys who are breaking the rules. Yasa freaks out on seeing her, and Ren tries to convince her that the vice principal is dangerous only for boys. However, what Yasa is actually afraid of is fire, because she once saw a forest fire and realized it was one thing that could kill everything in its way. Ren understands her fear, but realizes she is overreacting because the vice principal has just lit 2 incense cones on her back. Just then, she smells some boys and climbs over the wall to reach them, and Ren manages to get Yasa back on her feet. While he is helping her, he notices that the seedlings have dirt all over them because of the old hag, and he starts cleaning them, saying that the plants might have also been startled by what they just saw. Yasa can't help but notice how kind Ren is, and she enjoys working around the garden with him for the rest of the day. In the evening, Yasa thanks Ren for helping her out. She says that a lot of people have helped her in the past, but no one was as dedicated as Ren. He says that he had a lot of fun too because being in nature and working with plants was more soothing than he expected. Yasa is moved by his words and hands him some pretty flowers that he wanted. She feels a little sad that he is already committed, but she hides that behind a smile and says that his girlfriend will like the flowers too. Ren is about to ask her to join his harem, when suddenly, the vice principal comes running towards them with her head on fire because she sneezed too hard and the incense burned her hat. Yasa collapses as soon as she sees the flame demon running towards them. And as the vice principal bangs her head like a rock singer to put out the fire, she ends up sending flames in all directions. A few embers head straight towards Yasa, and she freaks out, but Ren jumps in at the last moment and uses his coat to protect her. Yasa's eyes widen in awe on seeing this because until now, she was the one who always protected others. And this is the first time someone is protecting her instead. In the meantime, the vice principal finds some jocks and makes them use their salivated water to put out the fire. Once Ren finishes ensuring that the old creep will live, he turns to Yasa and asks if she is alright. She stammers for a moment and then yells out loud that she loves him. But the very next moment, she starts panicking. She apologizes to Ren because he already has a girlfriend, but he calmly tells her that he also loves her because she is so kind and full of love. Yasa goes crazy on hearing this and tells Ren to take his words back because there is no way she can compete with his girlfriend to steal him. Ren tells her it is alright because he has 13 girlfriends already, who are more than happy to share him. He swears to Yasa that he will keep her happy like all his girlfriends, and she asks if this is even legal. Ren doesn't care about the law and says that many animals, insects and plants are polygamous in nature, but that doesn't mean they don't love their partner. Well, Yasa can't argue against that logic because it has nature involved in it, and the next day, Ren takes her to meet his harem. He nervously asks for their approval to let her join them, but the girls are indifferent to new additions to the group at this point. Yasa immediately reaches into her bag to give them some welcome gifts, which are the flowers she picked, and then Ren made crowns out of them. The girls find the floral crowns really cute, and Hahari tells them that she has something that will make them look even prettier. She talks about how she was smitten by their idol performance during the Spring Fest, and she ordered something special for all of them. She unveils her surprise to the girls, which is a white gown for every single one of them. The girls wear the white gowns and the flower crowns, and their cuteness literally blows Ren into the sky and makes him explode. Meanwhile, the girls are smitten by how good they look in the gown and the flower crown. They go to thank Yasa for this gift, and Kuzuri suddenly gets an idea. She goes to talk with her fellow lolis and tells them an idea that they immediately agree to. Kuzuri then asks the rest of the girls to share some flowers from their crowns. At the same time, Hikari talks to Yasa about flowers because she loves flowers too, and while they are bonding over the flowers in their head, Kuzuri approaches Yasa with a flower crown. She tells her to wear it and become like the rest of them, and Yasa is a bit hesitant to do it. However, Kuzuri convinces her to take the flower crown, and within these couple of minutes, Hahari has arranged a white gown for the plus-sized girl. Once Yasa wears the crown and the gown, Ren is mesmerized by her beauty and compares her to the goddess Venus. Yasa thanks everyone for making her feel welcome and gives the 3 lolis a ride on her shoulders as a gesture of gratitude. The lolis are amazed to see the world from a giant's paw, and Yasa asks Nano if she wants to join them too. She refuses the offer because she is not interested. And just then, Yasa remembers something that the girls might like. She tells them that the gardening club also grows vegetables, and if they want, they can go pick some delicious veggies together. Kirimi is the first one to agree to the suggestion, and soon, the entire group heads to the greenhouses where high-quality tomatoes and cucumbers are growing. They start harvesting the crops, and Natty asks Yasa if she is sure about this because they are taking too much veggies. Yasa tells her that she grew too much vegetables and her club members couldn't finish all of them, so she appreciates any help in eating the veggies. Once they are done harvesting enough tomatoes and cucumbers, they sit down to eat, and Ren thinks that his girlfriend's eating freshly harvested vegetables look like a Renaissance painting. After that, the girls go to the strawberry farm, and Kirimi starts drooling the moment she smells them. The girls harvest the strawberries and begin eating them, and Ren starts screaming because he finds his strawberry-eating girlfriends really cute. Suddenly, Nano remarks that the fruits and vegetables here shouldn't be of such high quality, and Yasa tells her that plants respond to the love you pour in them. Nano tells her that cannot happen because it is not realistic, but Yasa doesn't care about science. Meanwhile, Hikari gets an idea, and she takes a bite of a strawberry before kissing Ren. Seeing her do that, the rest of the girls also swarm Ren to kiss him with the taste of strawberry in their mouth. And Chiyo gets frustrated by their rowdy behavior, but she can't help herself jump in the middle of the crowd to get some sweet kisses herself. Yasa can only watch this from afar, and she doesn't know how to react. Hikari approaches her and tells her to go ahead and kiss their boyfriend, and Natty pulls her forward so that she doesn't waste her time hesitating. Yasa gets shy as she thinks about kissing Ren, but then she notices the height difference between them through their shadows and makes an excuse that she is not ready for a kiss yet. Soon after that, Hahari volunteers to tend to the farms to thank Yasa for the delicious treat, and the entire harem joins her. Mimi waters the flowers, telling them to grow pretty like her, and Kara tells the flowers that she is watering them because she was told to and not because they are pretty, and both their reactions irritate Kuzuri. Nano tries to test Yasa's theory by saying I love you to the plants while Iku cries, saying that these tiny seedlings will become her food one day. Once the work is done, Yasa thanks everyone and says that she has to do some more things so they can head home. As she walks away, the only thing on her mind is Ren kissing the girls, and she thinks how he must dislike dating a girl taller than him because she heard the same thing on a TV show once. Suddenly, Ren approaches her and asks her to come with him because he has something important to talk about. Yasa follows him and finds that all the girls have become as tall as her. She wonders if they just had their growth spurt after eating her vegetables, but Ren explains they are just standing on piles of dirt while covering it with their gowns. He says he asked them to do that so that he could try height difference kisses with them. Yasa says they would have to bend down to kiss him, and Ren tells her that he finds the thought really exciting. He says that he doesn't care about a girl's height when it comes to kissing, and asks Yasa to kiss him. She is still shy, but gently bows and Ren gets on his toes to kiss her, and after that, all the girls get their turns to kiss him. But that's where this video ends. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.